We might be having some technical difficulties. We're still figuring it out, but... Oh, okay. Everything's fine. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Okay, so it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. So Jen's mic, we're figuring it out. But Sankei Shimbun, very small. We'll get it worked out. Sankei Shimbun Cup, it's finals. It's our second day of finals. It's crazy, crazy stuff happening. We saw the end of a team yesterday in very, very close matches. That was super duper exciting. And let me tell you, I would say that today we're going to have much of the same. I'm not the expert on the teams playings. That is going to be Jenn, as somebody who played in the cup and did pretty decent. Around plus minus 0, I want to say. At least as far as we know now.
Until my my November session. My November session was a disaster. But it was a very difficult day in my life for lots of reasons, so
yeah,
won't go there.
And again, one bad session is not that bad. I mean, even like the closest thing I have is Armel, and like even in Armel, sometimes you have a bad day. You have stuff going on, you're tired from work, and you play bad, right? We're human. Sometimes you're not always going to play at 100. So, I mean, even still being able to be around 0 from that is big, especially because the competition in this is so high. These players are just phenomenal all the way around. Oh boy, is that?
Sorry, no, there's because I realized that hold on. That your voice wasn't on there. Now we can talk about.
Okay.
That is what
now we
happened.
Can talk about WRC.
That's what happened before today. In our group, the team WRC is there minus 11.7. Maystar Bar came from behind, totally took over, and Ground Queens has just had an amazing season, all season.
Yeah. And that's the standings before today. So there's still 3 more games for them to play, correct?
Yep. So Mio is playing all 3 games. She has a report that we'll watch next week.
Ooh.
Because I wasn't able to put subtitles on it yet, but we have 3 games to watch today, so we're still chock full of content. Let's just see what Group 8. This is a group that we're gonna watch.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so teams are a little bit split for Group 8. Looks like Team Maika plus 240, definitely jumping very far ahead, and then second place being 160 points behind, with 81 points, all Sirius East, and then slightly negative Mahjong Bar Citrus, and then Mionnu Bar very, very negative. So a little bit more distance than the group we saw yesterday. But again, with Oka and everything and 3 whole games to play, like Maika does not have this in the bag just yet. They have a very big advantage going into these last 3 games. But definitely have not locked it in.
Definitely not. All right. So just as a reminder, this is the last session of the regular season. The very last session, 15 sessions total. Each team played 10 sessions. All the teams got together to play the last session, so no matter how many buys they had, they were here playing yesterday. We have 15 groups, 4 teams in each group, and we're going to be watching Group 8. We have, I think, time constraints a little bit today, so let's just get into it, and we can talk about it while we're playing.
We can talk about it while we're going. Yeah. I mean, again, it's the end of the season. We've been going all season, talking about it all season. Like, you know the drill. There's Oka, there's no Aka. It's 15-5 Uma, right? Or am I wrong about that?
It's
no, it's
10-20 plus an Oka.
Yes, 10-20 plus an Oka. So very, very different rules.
So I think 10-20 plus an Oka is like a more traditional sort of parlor.
Oh,
rule.
okay.
This tournament started as like the girls were playing in parlors. I'm pretty sure I was playing in that first season, and they would post the results in the Yukon Fuji newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started playing it in a studio at some point with teams. So that was just individuals, and they would just play, and your results from playing at that parlor as a guest for that day were posted.
Okay.
So they used those sort of more traditional. No red 5s though, and I'm pretty sure they're mostly red 5s in those parlors that we played at back then. But they use the Mondo rules now.
Personally, I'm a big fan of these rules. Besides Oka, but that's just because I can never get first place. So that's a skill issue. Gripe rule. And especially with Akanashi, I think Oka definitely makes it a bit more interesting. Adds more incentive to do some pushes.
Mr. Rainbow in the chat, hello. Hodesu. Welcome, welcome. And I see a Suizoeater in the chat. Did you happen to like the stream, by the way?
No, I'm slacking. I liked yesterday's. I did that. I remember to do that. I was just like, oh, let me throw in a message. Let me get some typing in here. Let me secure my number 2 for the moment.
I put up the commentator screen, but by the way, everyone, I'm Jenn. That's Harrison. We did not introduce ourselves.
That's fine. You know, we've been here for a minute. They know. We were here yesterday. We introduced
a whole lot, though, so this is fun.
We have not, yeah. It's been far and few between. Normally the times that we're both available are the opposite of each other. Or, you know, I'm available and you're able to, God forbid, get some sleep. So normally you're doing that.
Yes. It's very occasional.
And we're opening up to a bit of a weird game. Ishida, after the first row, has finally been able to kind of get towards this Pinfu Tanyao shape, debating there on whether to throw the west and play full efficiency or keep it as a safe tile, and opts to just play the full efficiency in the dealer slot. Kind of a double Ishanten from Uchimura, or like a weird Ishanten playing 2 Dora. And now, yeah, we're off to the races. Now with that 4-7, we're going to be locked in. A strong Ishanten for Ishida, a less strong Ishanten for Uchimura. Still Ryanshanten with a bit of a slower hand for Minamisawa, but definitely has some points with it. Tenne just feels behind, especially with this dealer reach now hitting for a reach Pinfu Tanyao Dora, guaranteed Mangan, possible Hanemon on the 5 Sanshoku. No, not the 5. The 5-pin Sanshoku, yes. This could be a very, very scary hand for the table. And this could be a real big tone setter with Ipatsumo. Sanshoku on the 5. Uradora don't need it. Baimon Sumo. Oh my goodness. That's going to be 8K all. And okay, Ishida's just broken through this game. Ishida's absolutely just crushed the opening of this game. And for Team Citrus, that is an absolutely necessary thing to do going into this. You really need to assert yourself really quickly to start, closing the gap between you and Maika as much as possible, even if you're trying to get a wild card spot. And that is huge. That is the exact type of move that you need. You need insane dealer runs, insane dealer value, and an Ippat Sumo. What's the term when you hit the more valuable side
Takame.
Of your weight?
A high end.
Agame.
Takame. Takai.
Takame, that's right. Takame.
High,
yeah. That's right. Takame. Yeah, when you hit the Takame on the Sanshoku on top of the Ippat Sumo and you get a Baimon for it as dealer, that is the type of stuff that you need. And very assertive, very strong. Although it seems like Tenne is just like, okay, awesome, you hit your Baimon. I'm making sure this dealership stops here. Because if I let you keep getting those for the rest of today, we might actually have a problem. Yeah, it looks like Ishida has the slowest hand at the table too. Uchimura has a bunch of decent shape, kind of the same as Minamisawa. But with Tenne opening up quick and with that door now locked with that 3-so, just very fast for a 2-Han hand, maybe even potentially 3-Han when the tune comes out. And Ishida just does not have the speed to match it. Now, she does have some value already. The problem is when you start negative 35 and your opponent is at plus 250, you can really only do so much, right?
Yeah.
You kind of need to get a couple of those insane value hands in order to get to striking distance.
I'm pretty sure Ishida needs 3 first places to get into the individual playoffs.
Okay.
So she's gonna try and go for broke, go for everything. And I believe she's playing all 3 games today for that reason.
Oh, yeah. So she is really, really going to try to strive for success, really play the Oka, play those really high value outs. Especially if she can have like a ginormous first in one game, then that potentially leaves another game where she'd need it. We also have a bit of a weird spot after that call for Tenne. Calls the 5-6 and takes the 4. So needs 7-pin and then the Ryanman. But if Chun comes out, could potentially take it for a 3-Han upgrade, which is going to be a lot more value, even open up some routes to a 5200 Fu. Or to, 40 Fu, which is 5200 over the regular 39. So could even value that over the speed of just a normal shape in passing the tune.
Awesome. Welcome, Frog Lady says no need for an introduction. Thank you. Appreciate it.
My goat, Frog Lady, in the chat. Let's see. 8 coming out. Well, at least for everybody else, Tenne seems to have stalled out a bit as Ishida's been slowly improving the hand, even getting to cut Kanchan 7-9 there. Surely preparing for a Riichi, which, speak of the devil, Uchimura a Riichi Pinfu Dora Tanyao on 3-6. So very hard tile to get with 2 6s on the board and no Dora. 3 6s on the board and no Dora. And everybody, as we can see, is playing a 3-so in their hand. So I think it's actually an almost dead weight. I think there's one more 6-so in the wall. Not really what you want to be seeing. There's that 9-mon. Now Tenne is going to have some trouble, but decides to push the 9. It'll land. Looks like...
Out.
Yeah. Didn't even want to risk any of those off suit wins. Just really wants to play defensive here. Says, not my place, not my hand to fight. And I think it's a good read with how strong Uchimura and Ishida's hands both are. Even Tenne opening up 2 times has a chance still to Tenpai, still hanging on to Ishanten.
When you have calls
okay, we
like
have
that,
a
it's harder to fold anyway.
Yeah. We have Chitoi Shanten, but the problem is we're going to have to throw a 3-so or not be able to win for Ishida. So that could be a curse in disguise. Going to be very tough for Ishida to sort of finagle around a way to get that hand with how she is discarding. Yeah, Minamisawa kind of thinking about going back into a Tenpai. Full shove. Tenne's in. 2-5, so. Oh, I was going to say East Anko. If we can push to 8, that'll get us there. We have a chance to a normal hand, but she threw it back. She didn't want it. Said, I want to play Chitoi. I want to try to be safe. And Tenne hits the 2. Bails everybody out. That'll be Hatsu Dora. Just 600, 1100 after the Homba, but shuts down Uchimura's very, very expensive hand with a Mangan minimum on Sumo and an Ura with upgrade to Hanemon. So, especially for Team Maika, you kind of just want to try to play about ±0 for each game, depending on how much Tenne needs for individuals.
Yeah, I was trying to look at that. I'll have that up in a second.
Yeah, assuming Tenne is not like really striving for individuals and she's playing the team game, staying ±0, you're basically invincible here. If the games could go infinitely, then hypothetically you run into some problems, even though it's still really unlikely. But with a timer, like Team Citrus catching up to 252 is near impossible. As long as Tenne plays reserved and doesn't just absolutely bomb a game and get a 4th, Team Maika is in very, very good position here.
Okay, so Team Maika has
this is an interesting
Natsumi Negishi on the team, who is like already in the top 7.
Okay. So
Tenne
potentially
has actually had a
like
really rough. She's actually minus a lot. Like
okay.
In the hundreds.
So Tenne definitely just playing damage control and minimums.
Yeah, definitely
for
the
this
team
game
right now.
So yeah, Tenne's going to play very passively, very defensive, try and mitigate value to the board. Try and just hold everybody to as cheap as possible. Although everybody's playing high value, Ishida right now going for that Honitsu. Had like a potential weird Honroto type hand with the 9 mons, the 1 mons, the East, and I think the other wind pair, but looking more towards a normal Honitsu. Couple Ankos for Tenne. Bit of an interesting hand. Might reach it if the right weight comes around. Although then you have a hand like Uchimura in the Pilot C, and it's just very quick, very strong. We go into Ishanten, looking like a likely Riichi Pinfu Dora. Very, very strong. Minamisawa making a decision, decides to cut the 9s, opting towards a bit more efficiency. As it looks like Tenne trying to build up a Pinfu, may even just decide to Dama it. Doesn't necessarily need the value. Really interesting spot. Ooh, and Uchimura plays the 7-mon. I was thinking you take the Tenpai, but don't Riichi, because you have a Sanshoku upgrade and a Ryanman upgrade, but likes just throwing the 7 back and fishing more value.
All right, I gotta say this about Team Maika. Team Maika has Arisa, Ishikawa, and it's Natsuki Negishi. I think oh yeah, I read that quick. So they are both going into today, they're in 2nd and 6th place in the individual standings. So they both have like plus 200. So you see that on there. So maybe Tenne has about plus 50 or so, possibly.
Okay.
If these numbers are correct. Sometimes the individuals are a little bit off. So the numbers that I have
Yeah.
going into today is plus about 400 just from those two. Oh, so she's minus. I'm sorry. No, she would be minus like 150.
Okay.
But man, can you imagine one player on your team is minus 150 and your team is still this far ahead of everybody with plus 252?
Hey, in the famous words of that one movie, they expect one of us in the wreckage. One must fall for two to go up, as they say. So we do have a reach on the board from Uchimura. It's very, very strong. We have a Riichi Pinfu Dora. Takame on the 3 of bamboo for Sanshoku as well. So guaranteed 3 Han with potential for like Hanemon on the 3/6 weight. And in the dealer seat, again, a lot of value. You know, funny enough, if everybody hits like a crazy dealer sumo, Tenne is going to start to struggle this game. It might actually hit a 4th. It's one of the scenarios where Team Maika takes a 4th going into this game, because you can play passively in Turtle, but if everybody else is hitting their hands and sumoing and you just can't keep up, then you'll naturally fall behind. Oh, and the sumo on the Takame! That's instant Hanemon. Hits the Ura 2, doesn't even need it. That's Reach Sumo Pinfu Dora. Sanshoku Ura Dora for 7 Han, 6K all. Not as good as a Baimon, 1 off, but man, is that nice.
The formula for winning at this table is reach as dealer.
Yeah, it's going well so far. The question is, can Uchimura continue to rack it up? We saw Ishida hit one of those and then stall out in the second hand. So the question is, how's Uchimura's high pie looking? And it kind of looks the same as Ishida's. Not as rough as Ishida's. There is all the shapes to make a hand there. They're just all bad and not connected. Minamisawa's hand there looks much, much quicker. Oh, especially with that 6-mon. Even Tenne looking pretty strong. Ishida too, with a lot of connected shapes. Definitely going to be able to outspeed. Looks like Forso is going to be the Dora. So a pickup there for Uchimura in the pilot seat. That'll help a little bit. But everybody is able to play a lot of Dora. We even see 2 here from Tenne. Could potentially try and hit a pawn or play an aggressive Tanyao, knowing that she has all the value, just trying to end dealership. If she tanks a couple points with that aggression, Team Maika can afford it. 5-so pickup, that is going to be huge for Uchimura. And another awkward, but fill-in nonetheless for, who's that? That was Minamisawa. Even as an option to switch to a Tanyao now, get rid of the West pair, especially on a 4-pin draw. Hatsu pair, decision time. What does Uchimura want to do? There's 1 Hatsu already on the board. Is going to cut Kanchan 2 4-pin. May still keep it if we draw a 5. If we make it a very strong shape.
Minamisawa is in about the same spot as Tenne, I think, minus a whole bunch.
Minus a bunch, yeah.
Uchimura definitely has a chance of making the playoffs.
So Uchimura might be a little bit more aggressive, especially with where a team's at. Trying to close the gap, you kind of need to be aggressive and just push things and hope it works out.
Another thing is, I think there were 2 players who were in good spots in the playoffs that actually can't play in the playoffs. The playoffs actually happened on Friday here in Japan. We'll be streaming them next week. But that opens up another 2 spots for the top 29 are supposed to advance to the playoffs, and that will make it the top 31.
Ooh, so That'll be very meaningful. We also saw Ishida Riichi on just 8 mon for Riichi Nomi. Normally not the worst weight in the world, but when Tenne has this great Monzu shape, although cutting the 9 mon may be convinced to drop an 8 later on. Hatsu pair that might have been Ishan 10 for our dealer Uchimura. Still have not seen that second Hatsu. They may end up getting folded out as well. Tenne going to now struggle to play the hand with 2 Dora Forsos that surely won't come out. And now a 2-so that deals into Dora range. We'll drop the 9 mon to stall a bit, but not feeling great about our chances to progress that hand.
Also, she was really hoping
of progression,
for full straight. The full straight with the 2 Dora is what she was hoping for. But she could not release the 8 mon or the 2-so right there.
We have a double-sided weight for dealer Uchimura. I believe that was Riichi Dora on 6-9 pin. Was that right? Yes, on 6-9 pin. Almost. Doesn't hit it, although I think that's the last 9 pin drawn, and 6 pin very kept. Oh, both sides of the 5-8. Scary. Tenne's going to throw the 4.
Actually, Tenne is only 2 away from an all pairs hand with 2 Dora now.
Oh. Well, that is an interesting workaround. Well, we could throw 7. It's really dangerous, pretty bad, but what else are we going to throw? Still 2 chance on the 9 pin, so that's not great. Even the Monzu looks kind of rough.
When you have 4 of the same Suji there, that 6-9 Suji, that it gets a little bit scary. And there he goes.
But doesn't have anything better, so just throws it. And the Ura hit. That's huge for dealer Uchimura. That's going to be Riichi Dora Ura with 40 Fu. That's going to be 77. Locked, loaded, straight from Minamisawa. Which not exactly great for the overall group standings for Minamisawa's team to take a 4th. But still a lot of points for All Sirius and Citrus to go against Maika.
This is Uchimura. I mean, they can try and make a big run for the team, but she really needs this as an individual.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of that, that is a hand. Look at that. 3 Dora, a Honitsu route built in, locked, loaded. Uchimura looking very strong going into her 3rd dealership round. At least Ishida is not going to have the speed to go on. And look at that. 3-pin drawn. This is looking like a cinch. Slow hand for Minamisawa, opting towards a Kokushi route. Tenne, very far behind, has a bunch of shape that she's going to have to get rid of before she can think about playing a hand. This could be another big, big hand for Uchimura if she keeps up this speed. A lot of options and a lot of value. Uchimura looking like a shoo-in to get it. The 8-pin pickup, too. Oh, my God. Every time she draws, it just gets better and better. Ishida has picked up a little bit of shape. Hasn't gotten too much, though.
Dude in the chat says, as a friend of mine says, the secret to Mahjong is knowing the Uradoras.
The secret is being good enough where you don't need the Uradoras. That's what I do. Because I know I'm never hitting them. I can know about them all day. I'll never hit them. So the trick is you just need to learn to play without relying on them. And hope nobody else who hits them is on the table. Then you just lose automatically. But such is life. We also see a call. We're going Shinitsu, Dora 3. That is going to be a Baimon hand for Uchimura. Now Ishan 10, although we're floating the east. We also see a call from Tenne. Or excuse me, a decently built hand from Tenne. And I think was somebody else calling.
No, not quite. Minamisawa is going for Kokushi.
Yeah, so it was Tenne just has a very close hand. Still Ryanshan 10, but a very strong Ryanshan 10. We might pawn that.
From Minamisawa.
And we are Tenpai. We're going to take it on the east. A little bit less value. That'll be Honitsu Dora 4 for Hanemon.
This is Tenpai. Waiting for the
Oh my god, you're right.
It's Genpai. We were one Jen
Nothing in the discards?
9 mon. Just waiting for 9 mon right here. Oh. Where is
Not
it?
gonna do it.
There's
Who's
one
gonna draw it?
There's one
Okay.
discarded.
I was gonna say if 9mon comes into Uchimura's hand, that's coming out. And this should be probably 9-so.
Yeah, 9
Yep, 9-so gets thrown.
I might just
South's a little
discard the
bit scary.
South there. Oh yeah, it's scary.
It's also a little bit scary to the Honi too, especially with the East from hand. It's got to be something good on the board.
It would be nice, like, to kind of camouflage a little bit, except for I'm not sure Uchimura is worried at all.
I don't know if anybody's clocking it. They might be. There are some more inside simple tiles getting drawn, but how much can you really do here? I mean, luckily for Minamisawa, not drawing anything super dangerous at the moment.
I mean, yeah, Tenne is gonna fold that, but
yeah,
Ishida's probably gonna fold too. But Uchimura, I don't think can stop the 9-mon.
Oh, and the sumo happens!
What a comeback!
A giant dealer hand from Uchimura changed to a sumo kokushi for Minamisawa. All of a sudden, game on its head, 82-16-2. And now the game is pretty evened out. Even Uchimura down in third now after that sumo. Minamisawa takes the lead. And importantly, like I was saying, those big sumos, Tenne, now with an almost minus 54th. This is huge.
Damn. There's nothing else to say there. Damn. Yes, Apple. OMG. What the... You know, I put all of these, like... I made all of the screens and stuff. This was not even on my radar at all.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that started with more than like 8. That was a pretty far Kokushi attempt, I believe. Like the Jian Shanten or the Jenn Shanten on that was not great, not at all. But sometimes that's why you play it. If it works, it works.
What in that? I want to know.
Oh, and a big hand too for Minamisawa.
Moving back in my little replay YouTube window. There's
a West call from Ishida too, trying to take momentum. But yeah, a solid, lots of Fu hands for Minamisawa. But Ishida's really trying to speed this up, shut Minamisawa's dealership down, which if you're going to sumo a Kokushi on non-dealership, it's like, what the hell are you going to do when you get dealer after seeing those 2 big sumos open up the other dealerships? I'm kind of with Ishida's strategy here.
I told you I'd start from 7.
That's too... Every time I do that, I hit like 5 perfect upgrades. So I've stopped doing that.
9 to start with.
Okay, so she did have 9 unique. That's a 5%er. Just about. And I'm backfiring a little bit too with that drop. Ishanten for Uchimura. And still Ryan Shanten for Minamisawa.
In the chat, we're only East 3. Yeah, exactly. We've had an Oya Baiman and Oya Haneman and now a Kokushi Muso. And also, welcome, Nublet. We were happy you're here.
Tenpai on 2-so 6-mon with no Yaku. Hidden Tenpai from Uchimura. I'm curious to see what'll cause her to rip a Riichi. Where she finds the value. Green plate on the board. This is interesting. What you could do. You could do a lot here. Is going to throw a 7-pin back, though. We are going to Tadashi without the Riichi. Could potentially break the 6-mon, fish for the Ryanman, and play like an E-Pico towards the 7-pin, but just values the straight efficiency. Maybe you get a hidden sumo. 3-mon's rough. You don't even really want to Tadashi or Karagiri Reach, but we will sumo Gary Riichi. So Riichi Nomi on 2-so 6-mon. We'll try it. Question is, will our Riichi stick the landing? Who knows? Not me. And now a huge tank from Ishida, really debating on what she can do. And the answer is nothing. She's folding, which is very, very big for Uchimura. Ishida, the most likely person to shut down this Riichi. So now especially buying that time is giving all the time in the world to sumo, or at least collect 3k for the end of the hand, which honestly might be more expensive than the hand value for just a Riichi Domi. Now we're headed towards Chitoi for dealer Minamisawa. Something.
Tenne keeps getting nice draws, but man, can you know, in Tenne's position, just nothing she could do. She's not dealing in, and she's down to 6,100 already, just from all these massive draws that we've seen.
And that's what it takes when somebody's like kind of turtling, opting towards defense with a ton of points to play with. Like, this is really the only winning strategy against them. Just hit your hands and sumo big and hope that they stall out. That's how you fight somebody like that.
You know, yeah, the East.
No,
the second
Tenne's,
East one, she
Tenne's been playing the correct game. It's just, you know, the correct game can only do so much against such high value sumos. Oh, and this is a little bit awkward now. Check 7-pin. We may even find a 6-pin discard to go for a Honitsu for Ishida.
A little bit sad that Nathaniel couldn't be here this week. We have a video coming out that Nathaniel is also featured in as a World Reach Pro, and Tenne has a cameo in that video as well. So it's unfortunate he couldn't watch his friend from Japan today.
Quiet. I think he's in Oklahoma for their event back in the States.
Yeah, he's at a live event.
Which would be super cool. Very exciting. I believe it's their first, or not their first open, but their first open in a hot minute. At least at the size that it is. Very, very exciting for them.
You know, even the Texans were excited about this tournament, which is big. If you've ever watched
it's true.
That show, that Sheldon show. Oklahomans and Texans, not fans of each other.
That's crazy to drop a Texas lore fact and say I got it from young Sheldon.
Hey, it was on Bones. They also made a reference to it when there was a.
Is that a thing? Is that some hidden lore about?
There's
that's
rivalry
crazy.
between Oklahoma and Texas, at least East Texas. They mentioned
I'll update
all
Uchimura.
the shows, all the sitcoms that I catch up on over in Japan.
That must be a thing, yeah. More than one. Uchimura collecting 1k all. Which, again, more than the value of Riichi Nomi most of the time. Also gets to knock Minamisawa off dealership, which is worth a lot as well. So very, very good.
I think the Oklahoma event is allowing open reach. Yes, that was the big thing.
It is the first, at least, U.S. official qualifying tournament type thing that has open reach. Very exciting to see it done. It's always interesting when a rule gets ran that people don't usually run. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not so good. But always good to kind of play around and see some interesting rule sets tested and people play them, gather their thoughts on it. At least gives a reason for people to think about the game in a different way, which is always good.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things about the scene in America right now. Lots of people trying. Everyone has different rule preferences, so you can find a tournament that has rules that you like, no matter what it is. Somebody's gonna run a tournament with it.
Except for floating Uma, we had to ditch that for this year for DCO. It will come back, though. It will come back. Mark my words.
I mean, but you can still
have
play
to
normal
fight.
with floating Uma, so you have
Yeah,
someplace
that's
you can
true.
play
We
with.
have an avenue. I get my little fix, but I just want to spread the good word to everybody else on how awesome floating Uma is.
That says
This
in
dual
my
man,
analysis what Tenne needs to do to come back into the match is draw better tiles. More on this as it develops. Thank you.
We'll see. This is Tenne's dealership, and she's got a fairly strong hand. Still Ryan Shanten, but any pair will fix that. And I mean, everybody else has kind of hit a big hands, you know, around their dealership. So we'll have to see. The problem is Ishida's got a strong hands. Uchimura threatening a Riichi. And now the same for Minamisawa. So even though Tenne's hand isn't terrible, everybody else's hand is just as quick, making it a bit harder.
She's drawing all right
Steady
tiles,
Shanten.
just not quite fast enough compared to the other players. And
Yeah,
Ishida with
needs that
Chudora
big
is
dealer
definitely not
sumo
slowing
too.
down.
It's the other important part of it. Throw that 4-pin back. Actually would have been an interesting idea. Keep the 4-7 pin for the Nobeton headless, but a little slow. And now we have a Riichi from Ishida on Riichi Dora 2. Guaranteed 5,200. Very, very strong hand. And the Tumon for E-Pots for guaranteed Mongon. No Ura needed. And that's direct from Uchimura, right? Or no, from Minamisawa. So that's also huge.
Winner.
Yeah, would have loved to take in a little bit more from Uchimura. From Minamisawa will help Ishida take first this game, but still kind of in direct competition with Team All Sirius. So you know, I think this is one of those games where you kind of can't directly challenge All Sirius, and it's just about getting first and trying to kind of bring Team Maika down more than anything. As we also see a very strong starting hand from Ishida. Looks like a Ryan Shanten, Reach Pinfu Tanyao.
I mean, Ishida wants to get a lot of points to... I mean, most of these players are playing for the individual finals.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have a shot, so...
Yeah, that does also affect it. Uchun Tenne now able to get a Dama-able hand. Sneak out a Damaron to end this dealership early for Ishida would be very big, because again, with Tenne playing basically just point mitigation on the rest of the table, making sure Ishida doesn't have a chance to run up 2, 3, 4 dealer hands essentially guarantees that she's playing to her condition and stalling out somebody catching up to her team. 5-on. Wow, even Minamisawa has very, very quick hands.
You're not going to be able to play Mahjong and never lose points. The goal is to lose the minimum points, which it doesn't look like it, but that's what Tenne is actually doing right now.
Tenne's doing good. I actually don't think Tenne's dealt in. I think all Tenne has done is win a hand. Tenne is actually playing my preferred or my normal game of Mahjong, where I sit there, I have a very low deal in, and I even win a hand or two. I'm not even Yakitori. I just watch people sumo the biggest, dumbest hands around me, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I just can't do that.
Except when you play Sama, and then you shine like a northern star.
Exactly, which of course, that's the one mode I want to do the best in, so I don't even know why I'm complaining. You know, I care the most about Sanma by far out of all the different other rule sets that I play.
It's really hard to tell what satire and sarcasm are these days in 2026.
It's a little bit of both. It's the divine comedy, as they call it. 6-0 coming out.
Minamisawa has not had enough with the Kokushi. She is still going for first place on those reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sama
I mean,
Pro.
luckily for
We're gonna
Minamisawa.
make a Sama Pro League.
I mean, to be fair, I think I am the only player to hit 2 double Yakumans in the Roddle Sama League.
Yep, you have the
still
record.
to this day. So Ishanten now for Tenne, although not super keen to push. I was gonna say Ishida kind of pushed out of this hand, but still is holding Ishanten. So not out of the woods just yet. Still might be able to fight back a bit. Oh, and speaking of that, now we have this awkward double 5 pin.
Yes,
This has to be 2-3 Mon, right?
I mean, she can't discard the Dora.
Maybe 2-2 Mon.
Discard the.
Oh, just Chunako.
Well,
that makes
she
sense.
has a lot of pairs, and she's
she's only at 4 though. With 4 and all the things you have to throw, I think it's too much.
It might be, but you start with the Chun and see what happens. Let's start with the Red Dragon.
Yeah. Very fair, very fair. I'm on a little scary, but we'll throw the 3. It'll work. Gets us to the 2. And speaking of Tenpai, let me tell ya, Riichi Pinfu with 6-9 Mon. You're not going to get much better than that. And we're going to try it, and Ishida's going to pass it.
And might end up with a Tanya as well.
It's true. Already won 6 Mon on the board. I'm on much more likely to get checked, but you never know. There is one player who cannot decide what she plays.
Yeah, you're doubling your
draws
when you do that. When you reach, when someone already reached, you get 2 draws, but you also have to discard anything you get, and that's going to be the 5 being the cheaper side. So it's just reach. No Doras to be seen.
Yeah. Mishinomi, you get the extra stick on the board. Really more upset you lose your dealership there than the 1,300 points. That being the main cost of that Riichi. Now as we go into South 2, this is kind of a battle between Uchimura and Minamisawa to see who can try and pass Ishida. And how many points they can sumo away from Tenne, because I really doubt Tenne is going to deal into basically anything here. Coming out. And Uchimura, not the worst starting hands, but definitely not the best. More of the same for Minamisawa. Not the quickest, but I've seen much worse. Tenne in that range, but okay, it looks like Ishida is very, very quick. I believe Ishanten, maybe even Ryanshanten from a Tanya Sanshoku. Very, very good. Not doing much. 6-0. A little bit of efficiency. We are going to play towards that 6-7-8 Sanshoku. That will be good, but seven, 8, 9 won't quite do much. A little bit of backfire on the 3-so cut, but believe I think it's technically less efficient, but you lock in Tanya that way. So it leads to the best end weight for your higher value scores much, much sooner. And we're going to Dama too. Ishida. Oh my goodness. We have Tanya Pinfu. And we're going to try and snipe the Takame 8-so for Mangan. No, Hanemon, because that had Dora pair. It just draws it. So missed the Ipatsumo. So it is still Hanemon, but crazy. Could have been potentially another Baimon if it was reached immediately. I mean, you're not going to complain over the 12K. That's a big, big hand. She's
already in first place and just get some nice quiet points and completely annihilate everybody.
Yeah, throw the rest of the table off. This is such an explosive first game. It's really, I wonder if this is going to be a tone setter for the day or whether we're just going to have a complete reversal of this for game 2. Because like every hand has just felt huge.
Yeah,
besides one Riichi Nomi and one small hand from Tenne. And both of those hands, I think, had very high value hands that they were going against and just happened to win first.
Remember, there are no red 5s in these. And you're playing online a lot. You're used to these sort of big hands with all the red 5s. There aren't any. These are just normal. And no one has even conned. We've only had Dora and Uradora so far.
Yeah, just straight up playing your Yaku. Fundamental Yaku building, hitting the higher value outs for the hand. Just your by the book, textbook value playing for Akanashi. And it's been working really well for the 3 players who can actually draw their tiles.
Ishida is like, I'm not going to give you a shot to get another Yakuman. She pawns the white dragon right away.
He's like, let's end this. If you've hit one, you know, I don't know if lightning's going to strike twice, but I sure as hell am not going to try to find out. 5-1 comes out. Could do weird things and play like Hatsu. Could even cut from the Yankan, which is going to be the decision there. A little bit more efficient. Also sets Nakasuji trap for the 4-pin. Would you fall for that for Minamisawa's pond when you have the early 1 and then the later 7? I always try and trap the Nakasuji.
Yeah, how fast the reach is after that. But if it's very quick after that, then no. The Dora is going to feel strange, though. So it feels like she's already ready. So you definitely can't trust Suji on a discard board like that. But I would probably discard it anyway. So yes, I would fall for it while knowing, yeah, it's probably this. Oh, look at, I dealt in like that. That's how I generally play that.
I mean, Nakasuji is supposed to be very, very safe too. Like on average, they're not getting that. And it was a very committal cut to take that Nakasuji and then Tarashi the Formon. Unless they were Karagiring, like drawing a Formon and then just swapping it with the one in their hand, baiting that they exchange something in their hands, you wouldn't be Tenpai dropping the 7-pin, and it's really unlikely you drop from the 3-5-7 that early. But that's why it gets dealt into, because you do something that's a little less efficient, and players use logic when they're discarding and defending against. And when you break that logic, you can sometimes trap a win.
Oh, the reason that she did that is because she doesn't have a normal Pinfu hand. A normal Pinfu hand, and she would have just discarded the open-ended first and kept that double gutty, the Yankan shape. But she had the green dragon, and she kept it in case she was able to pull in that for the pair. And I mean, she'd need a pair still if she wasn't going to use the green dragon as a pair. And as dealer, she'd be happy with even a cheaper hand with just the Hatsu Pon, the green dragon Pon. But so in this case, it wasn't lack of logic or even Asaki Giri necessarily. She was trying to think of using that green dragon as a triple.
Yeah, better end weights, and you can trap it like this too. It's not like there was no logic, but I should rather say normally it's when you break efficiency. When you break the most efficient play, that's when you're able to start trapping a little bit more than you normally would, which when you get a better end weight or you have better value routes doing that, you'll justify a lot of the time, especially at the high level.
Yeah, and it's just difficult to imagine those scenarios because normally you're going to read hands where you're assuming people are going for Pinfu. And
and playing efficient and doing normal stuff.
Yep, exactly.
And the reason people do that is it works at the end of the day. Like if you play efficient, odds are you're winning before anybody else. Well, the problem now being that we have 3 4-pins in this, but this is an Ishanten hand, and there's that Nakasuji check. Deals into Riichi Nomi. No Uradora.
So close. And just one more line on there for the Uradora. There's only 2.
Just 2K.
I can't fall for Suji traps if I don't know what Suji is. Dude, yes. Actually,
you're everybody I play against on ladder because I love trapping like Suji traps or getting a little like cute. And then Riichi, and then 2 turns into my Riichi go, oh my god, nobody is checking Suji. That was useless to do. And I should have just taken the better end weight. It's like my favorite thing to do.
You know what? There's no rush to learn what Suji is because all it does is trap you. You can hold off
It's
for a
good for
little bit.
defense. It's good for defense. If you're trying to deal in less, like it works for a reason, you know.
You know, I was gonna do if I was gonna Suji trap everybody, I would tell everyone that it's great for defense.
Well, the problem is people only check it not against me, so it doesn't matter for me. Oh, and snap Haku call. We do have a pair of the green dragon, so it looks like Uchimura is going to try to win Hanemon plus value from this. Ooh, but a strong hand as well from Ishida. Looking to help race a little bit. Although the problem is Uchimura wants to make a statement and wants to lock this hand down. Then weird slow hand from Tenne, Minamisawa, much of the same. Question is, when is a green dragon going to come, and when are we going to justify dropping the green or the red? Shouldn't be Daisongen anymore. But guaranteed Mangan either way if we draw a tune. Guaranteed Hanemon either way, actually, if we draw a tune. With double Dragon Yakuhai, 2 Dora, and Shosangen. Very expensive hand for Ishida here. Two Mon, what's the play? Could drop a 1 Mon, could drop 1 pin, and we do the 1 Mon. Okay, we're fishing the Sanshoku Chanta route for Tenne. Again, looking towards that sort of quick Dama. Really catch people off guard, throw them off balance. Or no, that wasn't Tenne, that was Ishida. And now Ishida with Tenpai could just Riichi. And is going to take it. Riichi Chanta for 3 Han on the Suji trapped once out 1 pin and the Shonpai, the not seen north. We'll need Sumo and Ura or Epots to hit the Mangan threshold, but with Ishida in the lead, she will take 3 Han more times than not, I'd reckon. On the 9 Mon, if we would have waited 1 more turn, denied Tenpai, we would have had the Sanshoku or Sanshoku Chanta for Mangan. But 7 Mon is going to be much harder to get than the 1 pin in the north. And also people will be able to play through the hands, making it harder. Pin, we'll cut the 4, play a cheat toy, try and play defensive if we're Minamisawa. Tenne, I'd imagine, is looking for a fold here, not going to play too aggressive, and yep, the East will come out. Amon, not going to do much. Going to discard it. We are out, out, out. Question is, when are we going to get Norse? When are we going to find the last 1 pin? I believe all 3 still in the wall. Unless something came out that I missed. And I don't believe that is the case. Everybody else folding. Nobody else making a play on the hand. So only time will tell. Ishida definitely wants to win this hand. Doesn't want to go to Ryukoku and collect 3K. And if we are in guaranteed sumo mode, then that will be the Mangan.
She also doesn't want Minamisawa to get Tenpai and have to play another South 3.
Well, Ishida would probably be okay with that if it went to draw. Get another hand, some more points. Tenne definitely doesn't want that. Tenne wants this moving. All right, we have it. Oh, but Tenpai!
Uchimura, 3 Dora.
Dora Hatsu. And Shosangen on the tune. So that's Hanemon guaranteed. Is that no tunes on the board? Is that Shonpai with only 1 in hand? No, 2 in hand. So there is 1 left on the wall, and there's 1 pin. So now only 2 norths left to fight against it. Question is, what are we gonna do?
She's hoping that Ishida draws it.
Yeah.
That would be perfect. Perfect.
Oh, but the 1 pin, Tenne. Thinking about damage mitigation and is gonna check it. Gets run into the Riichi. Chantara 2!
Wow.
Not enough for Hanemon, but will be enough for the Mangon. And Tenne drops 8 more points.
It's almost like a glare from Uchimura. I don't think that she had any, like... I don't think that she was actually thinking that in her heart, but man, her face looked like she was glaring at that one.
It's like, oh... She was like, I wanted to just play the tune. She was like, deal into me, not the Riichi.
But that is a huge difference now for Ishida.
Very big. And now with Dora Chun going into all last, Tenne very behind. And this is actually really big for the other 2 teams. Like a minus 60 game is the type of thing, is the exact type of thing that the other players desperately need to have on a team, Maika, to have a chance, not only at the individuals, but also especially at the teams.
Man, look at that. That's plus 70 right now for Ishida for this game.
Yeah, huge score. Oh my god, and Uchimura, not quite. It looks like Tenne might finally get her good sumo. Ishida, in fact, is going to drop the Dora, trying to justify everybody killing it off. The trading of queens, as I like to call it, just dropping the most valuable asset in the hand down. We also do have Tenpai from dealer Ishida. Or excuse me, dealer Tenne. We are going to deny it. Yeah. It's a good phrase. It gets the job done. It's a good analogy.
Yeah.
That is what it is, too. You want to offer it, but people don't have to take it. We need more Harrisonisms in our game. That's the important part. I'm so insightful with my analogies that we need more people to pick it up to describe everyday situations in this game. And it's not because of my narcissism I'm saying that. It's because they're awesome phrases. Very, very different. 8-pin Minamisawa trying to figure out how to at least hold second. But not quite there. 3-pin is going to be bad Tenpai, not taken for Ishida.
About the last stand, dude also says, just know the Uras.
It makes it easier. You got me there. And this is going to be Tenpai, and Tenne is going to take it, and she's going to reach back. Reach Pinfu. Definitely no Tanya, but we are on 369, the San Menshon. Problem is, I don't know if you knew this, Jen, but San Menshons kind of tend to be cursed. That's my experience, at least.
They're never cursed for my opponents, but always cursed for myself.
Yeah, you have a good San Menshon like this. The second you think, oh, this surely wins, never does. One of the hidden taboo things. Yeah, and you're so far down as Tenne. I think you do just guaranteed take the Riichi. Like, there is something to be said about just dominating, taking the win, and then trying to close the game out here if you want the game to guaranteed end, not have anybody like Yakuman Sumo in all asks, but with the San Menshon 369 and you being down so much, I can only see it being plus EV in the end. You're not really looking to end the game with this hand, just try and get some points back.
I need to learn from Ishida, man. Oya Baimon, and then actually wins the game. Hey, don't
if I hit Oya Baimon, I
would
win.
miss some awesome Jong. No, you have missed so much. I'm sorry. Normally, I wouldn't say this. Normally, I'd be like,
no,
you
it's been
missed so
crazy.
much, but you have missed a lot. You need to go back and watch this VOD.
It's wild.
ever there was a VOD, you need to go back and watch. This is it.
I don't want to say I was right about it being cursed, but I'm pretty sure there's still like 5 in the wall, and we have not hit yet. There's maybe 2 3-pins, 3 6-pins, and 1 9-pin, I think. So yeah, there's, what is that? That's 8, 11 minus 5, so 6 left in the wall. Is that how that math works?
11 minus 5 is 6.
Oh, there's another 9. So 2 9s, 2 3s, and 3 6s. That's 2 3s and 3 6s. So never mind. That's 7. There's 4 left in the wall. That's how that math works. The hardest part of Mahjong, counting. Oh, make that 3 left in the wall. Spoke too soon.
Welcome to the chat, Cat, as well. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, you may have missed Awesome Jong, but don't worry. The game's not over from the looks of it. We're guaranteed to play another hand. No one is going to be tempted by dealer, and dealer is forced to show.
No, she gets it though.
Oh, she does get it.
Almost
high tay.
Just reach
Sumo Pinfu. Ah, Pinfu.
And Pinfu. That is
13 all.
That is the theme when you are in a situation like this and just everyone else is getting monster hands and you're just stuck winning the scraps that you can. It's just one of those days for a Tenne.
Hey, 1,300 may be peanuts, but peanuts are still sustenance. Remember that.
Are they?
A wise saying.
Are they sustenance?
Listen, I didn't say you were feasting. I said they were sustenance. They feed you enough to keep you going.
Elephants.
You're not full, but they'll give you a little bit. They'll give you a little bit. And see, look at this. With those peanuts now, this hand kind of decent.
And decides to go to the north with Adora.
I was almost thinking you could do an aggressive like 3-5 pin and maybe go towards Sozu Honitsu with how much that hand's put together. You have to drop the Dora for that, which is kind of awkward, but definitely an idea there, especially if you draw like 3. So you're a pretty strong Honitsu Yakuai option for 3 Han.
Maybe if she wasn't dealer and had to go for a lot of points, but
yeah,
for dealer, it's really hard to.
You just play the wrench on. I mean that is theory. As dealer, you just play win rate. Like 99 out of 100 times, just play the hand as win rate. If you're a dealer, play efficiency, you get more points.
You can justify up to maybe like a pair drop, but a completed sequence with Adora in it is really tough to justify.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Alright, so Ryan Shanten. We can call for Ishanten though when a Haku comes out. Wait, was that Mochi with Ishida? No, it was not. Okay. Mm-hmm. So both Haku are out. It just depends when Minamisawa or Ishida wants to drop them. Could even come now. Nope. Ishida, Mind Reader, says, I have a feeling someone's going to want this Haku. I am going to stall that out. 9M doesn't throw 2, so plays full efficiency like we were talking about. With that second 9M, you can play another 7 Mon. And it's not the most awkward thing in the world, but again, playing full efficiency says, get the Tenpai, Riichi is dealer, life's good, call it a day.
Oh, Cat got their first Yakuman ever today.
Congratulations. Your first ever Kokushi. Well, know this, Cat. That might be your last one for a while. It took me 536 days, I believe, to hit a Yonna Yakuman. after hitting one in 2024, middle of 2024, I want to say. No, middle of 2023. I hit a Yoma Yakuman. I hit Kazue Yakuman on the way to a tournament, and then did not hit another one until November of the next year. It took so stupid long. I was playing like at least 30 games a month too. It's not like I was not playing Mahjong. I was playing so many games and could not hit one. I had like 8 missed tenpais.
Because you weren't going for Kokshi from 7 tiles.
Funny enough, still would have had the same Yakuman rate. I was looking at that, believe me, especially once I got to a year. I was like, surely I'm missing some, but it's not quite there.
And welcome Kevin, who hit Daisongen last month on the first Sanchan at his EMA tournament. Wow, lots of Yakumans in the chat just to rub it in for Harrison.
That's fair. Someone's got to get him. I've been good on Yakumans recently. I had a Shinroto at the start of last year.
Wow.
I hit Daisongen and Armel in October, I want to say. October, November. Maybe September. So I did decent last year.
So Tenne did end up being able to pull in that white dragon. One away from ready here, but we have 2 readies on the board. Uchimura has reached, and Ishida also tenpai now.
Yeah, we have a Riichi for the Dora, for I believe just Riichi Dora, and then we have a Damaten for Ishida on 3-so. So now we're seeing for switching away. We are
the 3-so, but
the 5. It doesn't matter. Riichi Dora. And the Riichi Dora is going to be enough to pass Minamisawa, but not quite the Mangan. Would have gotten us a little bit more points.
A whole entire hand to win, but just wait for the middle. Oh, wait. Oh, damn, I didn't.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, usually we have the scores at the end of the game, but I don't know. The screen switched.
Yeah. That's okay. It was Ishida with a big first, followed by Uchimura. Or Uchimura, excuse me. Uchimura in second, with Minamisawa taking a slightly smaller third, and then Tenne taking a big fourth.
Totally disappointing third after that Kokshi win as well.
Listen, all I'm saying is Yakumans are fake. They're fake. I'm coming around to it. I'm coming around.
Yeah, the double Yakuman winner coming around to say they're fake. Sure.
That's in Sama. That was a double Yakuman in Sama. May be a Yakuman in Yoma. It might not even be like that high. It might be less than a regular Yakuman in Yoma. I also shouldn't have won either of them. If people just defended in row 3 like they were supposed to, then I wouldn't have hit either. As I was already 2 open. I was 3 calls open, I think, for both. I was like, I can't believe that tile came out.
I am offended. All right. Yeah, well, great game. We had... So Tenne
just big,
was able to maintain the first place for Maika. But
yes, Maika is still in first place even after that fourth, and still has around 150 points of buffer. So again, for 2 games, still playing the condition. She can have 2 more games that bad, and Maika will still be in the first. Or not quite. Maika will barely be in second, assuming that it is Team Citrus who wins both games at +70. If Tenne has that bad of a fourth. If Citrus doesn't get that high, hey, Maika's still in first. It works out.
I think, are we ready to just get into it? We have the next
Let's
game
just
all
jump
queued up. I don't have any extra images today. I just want to mention one thing that, well, we don't have a drawing this week. We will have it next week during the individual finals. I'm sorry, not finals, the individual playoffs, which we will broadcast next week at the normal same bat time, same bat channel. But I got them in the mail today. Oh my god, they are so cute. There are these keychains that ward off dealing in. It's called Hoju Kaihi. So you know, like the little amulets that you can get at temples here? They're like a little pouch with tied with a string. So it's a keychain that is designed like that, but it's a hard keychain, so it's like plastic or resin, whatever they are. But it's so cute. It's a pink sakura design with the words on it to ward off dealing in. We will give away 2 of those next week during the chat on the stream, as we have in January and February, and then we will have a drawing for 3 paid members. So if you have a paid membership to the channel, which is like $1 a month, you get to go in the drawing to win one of those. But we will move on to game 2 in the meantime.
And a swap of players.
Yeah, Tenne has swapped out. She's in the commentary booth now, in the Japanese commentary booth. But we still have Uchimura. We still have... what was her name?
I believe that's Ishida. I believe Ishida.
The name would not come out of my mouth. Ishida. So we have swapped out there. Oh my god, I have the
Negishi, like you were talking for, and Nanase.
Why didn't I had a player screen, and
That's okay. We can just get into the action. Okay. All the other stuff is just fluffing the time for the stream. But we want nothing but the Mahjong, Jen. We're here to see some insane sumos happen again.
We didn't show the screen for game 1 either, did we? I made all these players.
No, we did.
We did?
I think we did. I think we did for game 1.
Did we?
I might be wrong on that. 60% of the time I'm right every time. So it just depends on what side of the slightly lopsided coin.
Okay, after this game, I'm showing player screens for both. Just for a second. Just for a second, because you know what? I made them. And
that's true. We can see how it's changed before we set up game 3. Corak will set you much more straight than me. Me, I'm just like, let's run it. Let's get in there. Let's get crazy. Corak's like,
let's where's the player?
Do the right things. Yeah. Be like, I think we missed something.
Guys, I'm not used to streaming something that needs so many screens. Usually we have professional broadcasters like Tips and Nathaniel. I'm doing my best.
That's true. Jen's doing a great job, especially so I can be a bum and not broadcast. So you're doing A-okay in my eyes. Ooh, Nanase's got a very weird pair-heavy hand there in the pilot seat.
Weird.
Kind of awkward shapes, too. Although it does look like Negishi has one of the better chances to just hit a standard Riichi, not do too much. It is only 4 pairs for Nanase, but the shape's that bad. You're almost kind of fishing for Chitoi.
The other thing is my mouse has a mind of its own, which is why it cut off the screen. I don't know, this mouse tracker pad is not.
Sometimes it's a little weird. Things can get a little weird. We also do see Tenpai for Nanase. I think Damaten on, what was that, like 8-mon or something? Maybe something else, maybe 8-pin? Does want a better Chitoi Tenpai. There are a good couple of weight upgrades. Chumon being Furry 10 is not one of them. That one we don't like as much. We are Tanyao Chitoi, so we can think about keeping that. Oh, and an 8-mon, that's going to be Tenpai. Riichi Pinfu Tanyao Dora, guaranteed Mangan. What was that, 5-8 so, I want to say?
All right,
something in that ballpark. Oh, we have 7 So Genbutsu. No, 4-7 pin. We also have that 7 So Tenpai. Not taking that 5 pin would have been Ipats. That would have been tough. Especially with the Genbutsu 7. Surely looking for somebody to justify the 7 pin. But not coming just yet. Or the 7 So, excuse me, for this Tenpai. 9 So. Also Genbutsu. We're going to throw that. The Tanyo is kind of important here. With Chitoi Tanyo to upgrade to, what is that, like 48 is dealer? Oh, but we'll hit the 7 pin anyway. For the Hanemon, does not land, so just reach Pinfu Sumo Tanyo Dora. 2K, 4K.
Remember, we said coming to this, Negishi was in 6th place coming into this game in the individual standings, or coming into this day. 6th place overall, and the top 7 move on to the quarterfinals. I believe, quarterfinals. Coming in today with 193.7. So she is trying to maintain that. Yeah, I think that their team probably decided that each player was going to play 1 game on the broadcast table, which is one of the choices that teams make.
Mm-hmm. That would not surprise me one bit. Makes a whole lot of sense.
We have Uchimura and Ishida trying to get into that top 27 spot.
Yeah, trying to hunt a bit. I mean, I think they both increased. Uchimura might have taken Uchimura took, I think, like 1 or 2 points positive. Like, not very much. Ishida had a good game. So they both are making progress, but still down a little bit. Definitely want to get more points. So the Negishi make a statement to try and stop it. That Haku is not dead in the wall. We're having a bit of a thought here for Ishida. We're going to cut the 9 So. We're going to keep the Chi Toy alive, especially with 1 Haku out. Thinks maybe the last one will be dead. Maybe a little scary. So not going to do it. Now with the 3-4-5, we have a couple different options. A lot of different ways we can go for our dealer Uchimura. 7 pin, not going to do too much for the hand for Negishi. Yeah, Nanase just doesn't have the speed. And forgive me if I've misseen, but does nobody have Dora right now? I'm pretty sure nobody's drawn it. And that's where the Yakuhai Dora gets really weird. Oh, no, never mind. We have a pair from Negishi. Okay. So Negishi's really looking to make a statement. Yeah, Negishi has 2, even building up a Chitoi back Tenpai. Could throw 9mon here. It's a little bit less efficient, I think, than cutting a pair, but we'll throw 1 So. Same idea, different tile. Let's see. 9 pin, not going to do too much. 4 So, what is that going to do? I think the answer is nothing burger. Nothing burger. But we are going to drop the Haku. That's going to get called, sent. Uchimura trying to get the win. So not going to do much. 6-0 pickup, and we're going away from pairs. Nanase says, don't need it, don't care. And it really is looking like Uchimura is just going to take a quick, cheap win. Unless Negishi can find just a lot of speed very quickly, which the 8-pin will help. You can cut like 9mon, cut the 1mon. Now you have yourself multiple options. The question is, when are we going to see more Dora? Because I think that's what really sets it. Especially if Uchimura draws it, justifies cutting it. This could get very dangerous to the rest of the table very quick. Oh, 7-pin pair, though. All of a sudden, Chitoi Shanten. Still a normal hand to play, too. A lot of options. 5 mon. Okay. What do you drop here, Jen? What is the decision? This is awkward. I always hate that drop.
I'm
We are gonna
gonna
cut to
do
7.
yeah, anything to not do all pairs.
Not play
Except
cheat
for when you
toy.
have 2 Dora, then you're kind of stuck with it. It's
Yeah.
without any Dora, then no question you get rid of one of the pairs. But with 2 Dora, I mean, the reason why I think that makes it a little bit easier is that everything you have is a middle tile. So it's not going to be a good weight for all pairs. So you can just use that to justify it. And plus, there is a Yaku with the 8-dot draw, the 8-dot weight. So you don't need to triple up the Dora either. Oh, or you can just do that and reach waiting for Dora and 8-so. But 8-so, how is 8-so? There's 1 on the board, so no. She has a Yaku, so no reach. And actually, she might switch to an open-ended if she draws something for the... I don't know, but there's so many 9-sos on the board. You don't really want that open-ended either. It's not a great choice either way.
Things. Yeah.
What you're doing is you're hoping that someone's hanging on to the Dora until they're Tenpai, I think. And that's why you don't reach. Because a lot of people will say, I'm not going to discard Dora unless I get to Tenpai. Like Uchimura. Uchimura has a hand that is exactly like that. She's like, if I have to discard the Dora, it's like, now it's probably too late, but that's what she was thinking until then.
4-pin, not gonna help. I mean, we are at Tenpai. Yeah, it's Dora. I don't know if they're gonna come. We do a Tenpai for Nanase to playing K10 and maybe a cheap win if it comes.
Man, looks like that tile's gonna fall off. Somebody fix
2 calls, Shonpai. It's so hard.
Does that dead wall not bother you? I'm so afraid it's gonna fall off. I can't have a wall like that.
Is it that much? Oh yeah, no. I look at that and I'm like, ooh, I gotta fix this. I wait until my turn. Like I would do it there, so everyone's looking in my direction and can see that I'm like not messing with it unprompted, and then do it. Especially because it's the con indicator, so that might matter.
I don't think you can touch other people's walls like that in a match like this. So
well, that's why I wait until I'm Negishi, and then I touch it and then draw. Or who's the dead wall in front of? Excuse me. I wait until I'm Nanase, and then touch it, move it so it doesn't fall off, and then draw my tile because everyone's already looking my way. So like it's not like I'm touching it out of order. Oh, we have
Nanase can totally fix it, but the thing is, if it doesn't bother her, but it bothers other people, maybe that's sort of a mind game. Like, yeah, it's
just
totally
don't get
fine
bothered.
And this is a different Tenpai, so Negishi can choose which Tenpai she wants to take. She can take that all pairs now. It was not dead, but and she will just take the 4-mon weight. There's no more 8s, so that's why they're not even. There was not even 1. I only saw the 1 discard, but there were actually 2 discarded.
I love this! Nanase thinking about trying to just play K10, run the round back, knows she needs the points, and does deny the win! Oh my god, what a play. Gets away with the safe 6-so. Guaranteed. I think was that the Tonki side or the Shabo side? If that was the Tonki side, she can switch to literally anything.
Okay.
It was not. It was the Shabo. Redraws the win. But now gets the Tonki and knows the 6 is safe. So she's guaranteed to make it to K10 without dealing in super big here. I now have to figure out what's the safe tile. Let's see. Uchimura struggling a little bit, but finds the 5. It passes. And the West will pass. So that's everybody but Uchimura Tenpai. Everyone collecting 1K. Big win denied for Negishi, but is able to advance the game and stay pace with everybody else. So ultimately a positive for Negishi.
I'm really confused about. I only saw 1 8 into the discards when.
They were both there.
Okay.
Don't know. I was not looking enough.
Yeah,
I was being sloppy.
when we saw that that Ipeiko Tenpai. Because I was looking for the 8s in the discard, but I thought I only saw one, but there were, looks like they were both out already.
I mean, even the Hellweight, if you see one, you're not expecting the Hatsu to come out.
There were 2.
Especially with the action on the board. There were 2, but you're not expecting it to come out, so it's pretty unlikely. And especially with the Hellweight one, it gets harder, right?
She's probably hoping for, even if it's a middleweight, switching to like the 7 so weight or something.
Yeah. Something in a cheap suit that someone might just throw out of their hand if it stops fitting.
All right. I'm ready again.
So, well, we're ready. Well, the question is, what are we going to do? We have Ishida here in the pilot. Ooh, okay. We're taking a little bit more aggressive. We're cutting a pair, but we're not cutting to a Ryanman. We're cutting our north-north. I think it does technically set us back a Shanten. It gets us a lot more options to gain a Shanten and a lot more value and a better weight. So a lot of good things from it.
Right, not a bad fill-in for Uchimura, but as filling in an open-ended earlier, you really want to fill in those middle weights and side weights faster than you want to end up with open-endeds. But that's not how statistics work.
Yeah.
Nanase, it's kind of difficult for me. It looks like Nanase is trying to hedge the Sanshoku 5, 6, 7.
Potentially. Let me see the hand. It sounds right.
Yeah,
that would make sense with the floating 7. Yeah, it's definitely less efficient because you get to play the 1, 3, 5 and the 5, 6, 7, but it is going to take that because with the Ipeiko as well, you get to do a lot of good things.
She also has 2 options for pairs now and possibly a Tanyo hand. But she's holding on to that 7, so for the Dora acceptance with the Sanshoku. Because otherwise, I think a lot of times you're going to discard that floating 7. That one right. Ooh, ooh. And this is interesting because
This is weird.
Sequences with pairs in them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I lock in the Manzu sequence first and then maybe end up discarding the 1 and 2 so. But so's are kind of expensive on this board, so that's not great either. And that's because it's the Dora suit. When the Dora suit is in high demand. And everybody's hands make me antsy this round. What in the world?
Yeah, everybody's kind of jumping back and forth. Well, that is an upgrade. Well, it's the 2 and the 1 mon. You wouldn't just go 3 so.
So the 2 so 1 so. So you lock in the 3 so pair.
Okay, locking in the pair, keeping the Ipeiko, keeping the 3, 5, 7 Yonkon. Makes sense. Oh, East pair. Okay. All of a sudden, Negishi gets a little bit of help after that 8 so call. With the safe Haku, so Nanase locked in as well. Yes, got it. Well, Dora's hard. What? You maybe do 4? No, we'll do 8, 8. Okay. Definitely playing Dora in every scenario.
Yeah, hoping for the Dora to pair up, but it's already paired up in Negishi's hand. That's painful after discarding that 3-pin. 3-pin is weird to say. 3 dot. I know people want the pin and the mon, and the 3-pin sounds weird to me. 3 dot, 3 circle. Yusong says circles. Negishi-san makes me so like antsy because it's still 2 away, even though it looks like it should be totally ready. But we'll get a reach from Ishida.
Either Ishida, reach Pinfu. Was there a door in that? I don't think there was.
I thought there's one.
There might have been one. Could be wrong. Oh, speaking of Tenpais, this is it. We have to check the 4-mon. You might play 5-mon and Riichi back here. Yeah, it's Genbutsu. It's kind of late. I think the 4-7 is just good enough to Riichi, even with only 1-4 left. We will do that. We're looking to hit like an
There's one Dora. Yeah, I was right.
So Reach Pin Fedora.
I get a pat on the head.
Jenn normally is. Truth new.
So not. I'm so off.
That's okay. Now. You're right here. That's the important part.
Nanase will give up on that hand that we were watching the 7th.
Ipatsumo! Reach Ipatsumo Dora! Mangan! Huge value. Uchimura sneaks up and makes a threat on Ishida.
How many Ipatsus has she had today? Big. She had him in the last game too.
I mean, we've had 3. We've either had 2 counting that one or 3 counting that one. And then there was one that there was a Tenpai that was Ipatsumo, but it wasn't Riichi.
Thank you, Doma. I never doubted you. Thank you. I gave myself a pat on the head. Sometimes I pat myself on the back. Sometimes I pat myself on the head.
You gotta mix it up.
Good, Jen.
Very important. 9, so okay. Well, it looks like a decent speed hand for Negishi.
Negishi's in first place, crazy. But man, I'm glad I'm not in her seat because her hands are just making me antsy. These two kyokus, these 2 rounds. Like, they look like they should be all right, but they are just like such poor shapes and not connected. And Uchimura's hand, maybe.
See, that's why I like those because it's interesting.
I don't need interesting. I just need. You know how interesting it is to win hands. Like, so interesting.
I'm sensing we're playing different games because I already know I'm not going to win hands. So I'm like, let's at least get something interesting to play. Let me, try and get somebody to deal in, do something a little creative. Because from the get-go, I'm like, I'm not drawing it from the wall. If somebody's dealing in, it sure as hell is not going to be the wall. So the question is, how do I get somebody else? How do I get a real player to do it?
I understand the difference now. You know what it's like to be
I think I'm just playing a different game.
Not a creative bone in my body.
We're playing different games. The wall really does not like me. And actually it loves to set me up with little crazy scenarios, but it will not help me finish them. So I have to actively search out how to get other people to do that.
Uchimura just had a tragic 6-pin draw coming up. See it right here. Outside a hand, dreams vanished.
Hey, we got time to draw 9-pin before we're committed. Oh, weird discard here. We'll drop 9, so. Yeah, we get a Dora. We're there. I mean, I think there's only one drawn.
There's one out for Nanase.
Oh, 1 drops.
She could have cheat. She had other tiles she could discard.
I'd like the Chi for Chanta Dora 1 for 2 Han. Is that more or less sad than Bakahon?
Dude, you said you wanted to be creative. I think that is creative.
That is true. I would make that play X% of the time. Not a very high percent, but there are certain situations where if I'm trying to get the play lockdown, like show Adora, do something a little zany, I might do it.
Actually, if either of her pairs of wins were actual value tiles, then she might have done it. Neither are value tiles.
Oh yeah, if you can get the 3 Han, then it's not terrible. With the 2 Han, it's pretty bad. But I mean, if you think the board's just going to start folding to you, you're showing it Dora, like you're playing Chanta or Junchan, that might be a higher value hand. Like there's a situation or two I might try and, you know, be a little sneaky, do something a little crazy, but yeah, I agree fully that this is not the time to do that.
So
Play
the good thing
Riichi,
about
play
a
your
bad
value.
hand is almost anything you draw into helps your hand. True.
You'd be surprised. I used to think that same exact thing, and I've learned time and time again how that is not a guarantee.
Ooh, we got a pawn. Not quite.
I've learned why
yet.
almost is in the okay. Ishanten. Tenpai.
Yeah.
Not great, Tenpai. You might even throw this back. Nope,
Oh,
we're gonna take it. Reach Tanya.
No
What's the
waiting
thought?
for any Sanshoku options or anything. Just reach with the Tanya.
Yeah. On 6-mon, is it great? No. Might it push everybody back? Yes.
Oh, that would have been a Sanshoku. That 6-so could have made the hand Sanshoku.
No, but you would have thrown 7-so though. If you're not taking that Tenpai, you would have locked in the 5, 6, 7 shapes, I think.
If you had a Yaku, you could just Dama for a
nice yeah.
shape.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, you Dama and then. Oh, but you wouldn't have the Ipeiko, but you would get the Sanshoku from
Get
it.
the Sanshoku.
I had to math it out in my brain.
4, 5, 6.
That thing
you
is.
Could do 4, 5. You could do 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Would be the shape that you would take for it. You'd have to discard the 4, so.
3-pin, not gonna do it. And the tune pair back to back would have been nice, but little too little, too late.
I get mad at the tiles in my head when that happens. In Japanese, when you say somebody is late, you say, well, see you. Why are you late? And that's what I say to the tiles in my head, so no one else can hear it.
I only do that when it's like you hold on to a pair you're fishing, or you hold on to a tile you're fishing for like a row or more, finally discard it, and then immediately next turn draw it. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, I say it then too.
I'm like, all this time, and you have to come the second I don't need you. Typical.
Also, sometimes when I get the tiles I was waiting for as like a triple in the next hand. Like I was waiting for the middle 5-pin, and then the next hand I get I get 3 of them in my starting hand. After not winning, I do it then too.
I was gonna say, luckily my goldfish brain is just like, new hands, who cares?
No, I hold grudges against my old hands. We see a Chiba Uchimura just to move the last tile. Not for it doesn't get hurt Tenpai. Just moves the last
just
draw.
Player Tenpai. This is kind of an antithesis to last game. Like, not really any insane. We had one Mongon and that was it. We have a couple other like decent sized Riichis, or just hands that could be big, and everybody's going to Ryukoku.
Maybe we should have watched the first game last, so we could build up to the climax.
We do reverse, and everyone's like, "Why is the score is weird?" Everyone's like, "The math's wrong after each game." That's kind of odd.
We could watch, if we watch the game in reverse, we'd watch Tenne get all the points that she deserved in the first game. They all come back. Man, Nanase's hand, I so want to go for like a flush.
That would be nice. But I mean, it's a lot of efficiency, especially in the Dora suit when you have like that one pin that's floating too. It's just hard.
Yeah, it's not a fun thing. Maybe if it's fun if you're Harris and you want to be creative.
That's true sometimes. I mean, the nice thing about pushing a weird Honitsu like that too, if you're in someone like Nanase's position, is that you can also just go Honitsu but keep the Dora. If you pair it up, you have good value. You fish like an Itsu for your Yaku, or you just try and Riichi with it, or you play the Honitsu and you get the value from that anyway. So if you do decide to play it that way, you're pretty much always guaranteed to end with value. But as dealer, you definitely, like, again, prioritizing efficiency like we've been talking about is just good. And we can see Nanase even dropping Dora to do just that. Just prioritize dealer wrench on, not get cute with it, play nice standard, by the book, efficient theory. Justify Kanshan cut 2-4. Doesn't trust getting the 3 by the Dora. Doesn't want to discard anything weird later. With 7 pin as well to help that 7-8 pin shape just a little bit, especially with all the 9s out. Could pay dividends, although it's kind of looking like what was that? Ishida is the front runner for the hands. Oh, you could go 5-3 here. This is a weird pickup. Okay, we'll drop the 7. It's creative. You still get the Chitoy, the 7 pairs. You still get the normal hands. Lose a little bit of efficiency, I believe, but barely any, and a lot better end weights from that.
Creative is our
and even
of the day. I like open-ended.
Okay. A little bit of an upgrade. Still not quite there. Still rolling around Ishanten for Ishida. Then we've had this built for Negishi. Although 2 tunes out, not calling. Negishi definitely wants to keep quiet here. Not overcommit to anything. Do anything weird with the hands. We're going to play Formon here. Ishanten for our dealer Nanase. Eight pin, not going to do much. 7 mon, already threw it. Hopefully that'll make the 9s look a little bit better. And a close con of 7 so. 4 so as the new indicator, and a little bit of a shape upgrade for Uchimura. Scouts are super dead. We're not going to keep the safe tile. Problem is, somebody just found Tenpai a Riichi for 4-7 pin. Kind of a terrible weight. A lot on the board, so not many people playing it, but for Ishida, not the most likely to win. But to Ura, it'll scare people away, and we see Negishi back away the second the Riichi hits the table. Nanase is going for it, and speaking of Tenpais, Uchimura sure to follow, hits the 2. Riichi Nomi on 1-4 so. This is a very, very high value board. You can expect almost any deal in to be Mangan. Minimum. Nanase is going to play it aggressive, though. Checks the 6 so. It passes. Safe to 1. 7 to help it. Just a hair on the other side. Oh, and this 5 mon is going to get awkward. What do we do? Could try 8 pin. Oh, no. That's terrible to Ishida's Riichi. I do not like that at all. Might even just do 8 mon. And we are going to see the 8 mon. 2 mon. No dice. We have 4-7 pin versus 1-4 so. Yeah, Negishi is just out.
Yeah,
another 8.
Negishi, remember Negishi's strategy is to just pretty much stay positive. She's already in the top 7. She doesn't want to drop out of there. And she's got points on the table right now. She doesn't need to push anything for big scores.
1-4 so. Here's the problem child. What are we going to do with it? We kind of need to drop it in order to have a chance of Tenpai, but man, is that one of the worst Suji on the board right now. I think you might even just justify like 3 mon over it, or maybe cut the 8 pin.
Yeah, you could go with 8 mon again.
Yeah, I cut the 7 mon after. Well, I think 8 pin, you still have a reasonable chance of Tempai. If you cut 8 mon, I think you're just out. Like, I just think it's too slow with this little draws left in order to get Tempai. You have to cut from the Pinzu or the Sozu here to have any shot.
I guess, like, if
yeah,
you're gonna
and that's what's such a tank.
Go with the 8.
She does cut the 8 pin, and it passes. Chuso not gonna do it.
Pwn for Tempai.
Yeah, she has 2 pawns for Tempai. She has a Chi.
Oh, she can draw to Tempai. And there's that one for...
The curse, though. 1-4. It's bad. Are we going to justify the Manzu? We don't have another draw, and we're going to try it.
Feels in right now.
Throws the 4.
No.
Riichi no Mi. True Riichi no Mi. Okay. So relatively cheap, even with the Fu. That's only 16 Fu.
Even with the Fu and the extra Dora like chances. Wait.
Whoa, whoa. What? Huh? Oh, 2 pin.
Bunch of
2 pin is what got hit.
Okay.
Wait, no, 2 pin wasn't Dora. 1 pin was Dora.
No, it was there are like 4 reach sticks on the table.
No, but I thought okay, I think they messed up on the score. I don't think Nanase was supposed to lose that much. It said minus 67 from Nanase.
Yeah.
That
No, that's how much she has though. Wait a second. I'll double check.
What was the value of the hand? Am I bugging out?
No, she had a con. First of all, the 7 so was cons.
Well, yeah, but that's only 16 Fu closed, right?
Yeah. Where's the Dora?
So it.
Hold on. I don't see.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, must have been Dora 2.
Oh, she had Sanshoku. My bad. I discarded the 4 for it.
Oh! Oh, yeah, that would do it. Okay, so yeah, that's a big one.
I think we were thinking 1 so would maybe be discarded, but she just because there's a Tanya.
I just wasn't looking at Sanshoku. I saw a billion indicators, and I'm like, surely that's where the value is.
2, 3, 4 Sanshoku. That will be 6,400 point hand.
Yeah, 6,400 home buff for an extra 3, meaning 6,700 deal in from Nanase. The exact points exchanged, once again showing why at least I am not on that side of the table and instead on the steel beam with Jenn, looking over and making unbased or unthoughtful assumptions.
Nathaniel would have never missed that. Nathaniel would have had enough sleep, and it's his favorite Sanshoku also, so...
I thought 4-5-6 was his favorite. No, 2-3-4. You're so right. 2-3-4, I feel like is the highest win rate Sanshoku. Besides, like maybe like 1-2-3.
I like the. I
think both of those. Okay.
I'm a big fan of Chasso,
never hit any of them.
7 so.
I actually hit 789. 789 is my Sanshoku. I fish all the time.
I'm just so fashionable, so I need the 6-7 in my Sanshoku. I'm totally like down with all the young people and their vernacular.
Yeah. There's a lot of vernacular.
Miss my joke. It was almost funny. It was almost funny.
It's a long day. It's a long day. It's technically a long day. I don't know if the sleep you got counts as resetting the day, but
someone in the chat heard my 6-7 joke. Someone did.
Oh, that's on its way out. Although for old people like
me,
that's
part of the joke.
It's ironically funny.
Yes.
No, but yeah, there's a nuance to it right now. It's very hard to hit right.
The joke was that I'm not hitting it right. That's the whole point of my being an old lady.
Just like the Jujutsu Kaisen character. I see. Now we're cooking. See, now I'm back on board.
Doma laughed.
You've got me. I think his
Doma
name's
pretended to laugh for me. Thank you, Doma.
You got one at bat. That's all you need. Hey, if your joke makes one person laugh, doesn't matter if it's yourself, it was worth it.
No, you know what?
Remember that. Wise words.
If it makes someone pretend to laugh for me, that's plenty. I don't even have to be real.
You're like, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We get there. Boy, everyone's got these weird, like, Toitsu type hands. Everyone's got a lot of pairs and, like, nothing to do about it besides Ishida, who just found
now
Senpai.
we have a 258.
258.
Right? Yeah, it was like
Or
the Mahjong fairy came down and said, "You shall all have 3 pairs in your hand and nothing more."
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I know this because of this awesome rule set I wrote called DC Silly Rules. If you were playing with certain local Yaku and Ishida was to win on a 5-pin, it would count as Or no, if she had 258 and 1 on 5-pin, it would still count as Churen 9 gates.
Without any 2s.
I don't know why. No, she did have a 2. I forgot she didn't have a 2. Assuming this was 258 and she won on the 5.
Right here, right? Couldn't she win on a 2?
Maybe. I know there's one if you win on a 5. I don't
has to
know.
be a 5.
There's one that's specifically a 5. I can't remember if there's another one where you can play it open like that. It's one or the other. I know for a fact there's one where you can win on the 5. And I think the 5 might have to be the pair. Maybe. Like, maybe that's what it is. You have to have the 5 as the pair, and you can win open.
That's very
I looked in the local rules, and they're weird. There's local Yaku gets really weird really quick. It gets very bizarre.
Yeah, that's a great name. Silly Rules is a great name for it. All right, and we have the win. She needs to win for Ishida. Which, cool
Classic.
Mangan. Cool Mangan.
Classic easy Mangan. Moves the dealership, gets Ishida bumped back up. Does good things. Problem is that everybody is still kind of not close to. Well, everyone's close to Negishi, but Negishi isn't losing enough. Yeah. Oh, Doma. I still think there should be a Yaku for having no connecting shapes. With Wind Dragons, like 147, 258. There's actually 2 different versions of that are Yakumons in local rules. There's 13 Broken, which is 1 of each Dragon and Wind, and then 147, 258, and 369 in the 3 suits. And then there's another one that is if you are 6 Shanten in a hand, which I forget the name of that one, but if you're 6 Shanten, you also get a Yakumon for it.
Something like that. But you have to have a pair. Have a pair and nothing else can be connected, not even a middleweight.
Oh, you can have a pair?
You have to have a pair. You have to.
I thought there was no pair. Okay.
Gotta have a pair and the Shison. Okay. Like people's names are not
local rules get weird. Let's see.
Yeah, I have to remember the name for that because it's gonna bother me all day long.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it does. 2-5. And so everyone kind of justifying getting rid of the Dora, although now that a wall is forming, if someone draws one, they might try and fish like a pair or something on it. Now we have an awkward situation for Ishida. We're going to opt to keep the pairs. Go a little bit more towards that. God, another Toitsu hand. This is kind of becoming a Toitsu table. Everybody's hitting them right now.
There it is, Shisan Puta.
Yeah, sounds right.
That's the Japanese word for it. I think I called it 13 powers or something. I can't remember. It's in my book.
13 Broken, I believe, is the one on Riichi Wiki. I think it's how it was translated there, although how accurate that is
it's 13 non-towers is the exact translation. But it has to be on your draw, like when you draw your hand.
Yeah, it's got to be on hand open. You can't fish for it.
It's like the exact opposite of Tenho.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one without a pair, but there's one with only a pair as well. So.
Not gonna do it. Okay, we're abandoning the 6-7 pin for Ishida. Kind of still playing around with the hand. And we have Tanya Oishanten for Negishi. I will imagine that's going to get called down if the opportunity is given. Nobody else with too much speed either. Seven pin. Okay, Uchimura hits a weird draw at the 3-bond, maybe? Or would you cut 8-pin here? You lose the Ipeko, but 8-pin feels kind of efficient. Get a nice floating 3 as well. Oh, we're at Tenpai on West. For, what is that, just Chitoi Nomi? I guess Nanase looking for the Dora for more value. Furry 10 there. Negishi throwing the 7-mon back. Dora would be Furry 10. 3-pin Furry 10 as well. Maybe debating on a Tanyao. I can't really get Tanyao that late. So Nanase kind of in a rock and a hard place value. I guess either doesn't trust the West or just doesn't like it for the Tenpai. Oh, and hold on. I think you have to go West here. If you're Negishi, I think you kind of just got to moonshot it.
This 2-gen shot.
You could also do Haku.
For late. Yeah, Haku is already out.
We'll drop the West to start, though. If we draw like Dora, we might Furry 10 Riichi or do some zany play.
You can always discard the White Dragon anyway. Don't need to.
Exactly, yeah. You draw another Anko, you drop White Dragon, you draw something you like waiting on, you get to drop 5-pin.
But there aren't very many draws left. She's going to have to go for a pair eventually.
Speaking of Chitoi Shanten, we have the Dora 2 for realsies for Ishida. Although only a couple more draws to hit the Tenpai.
Okay.
I love the white there. I think it's a really smart play. You have the Ipeko too. Although you might just play for K10 this late. Oh my god,
Tenpai.
Perfectly hits the Tenpai. That's crazy. Probably 5-pin Dama. 7-pin Dama. Maybe a little bit of safety there.
Waiting for the 5. I see a Pon for Tenpai. No Yaku, that's just
pin comes out. Yeah.
And it
was K10.
I mean, because the 7-pin just came out, that has a lot to do with the decision, I think. Can safely get to Tenpai. And very late in the hand here.
Oh. 6-pin without confidence. There's the 4-pin. That won't do it.
It's almost like, wait, I'm still touching it. Can I take it back?
Yeah, like, yeah, we'll throw that 6-0 right back. We'll see another G. I think that buys dealer another draw.
I think she was just like, oh, it's not exactly efficient. I could have discarded the north. It was kind of what she was thinking with that 6-pin discard, but works out.
And then, bam! We're just going to drop safe east. And she's going to fold the hand down, and everyone's going to go, whoa! Everyone's like, that was scary. Good thing I did not play into that.
This background always trips me out because it looks like there's like dividers actually between them, but there's not. It's just the background. And because there was a time after COVID where they actually did have dividers between the seats. Like right when we were coming back from COVID. They had plastic dividers at one point, and Looks like maybe they had some trouble on the table that they're fixing, or someone needed a break maybe real quick.
Yeah.
Both Uchimura and Ishida are playing their second game in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes on the broadcast table you see people take a break. You rarely see it when it's not on the broadcast table. We do end up seeing it quite a bit on the broadcast table.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the added pressure of being on like broadcast and the extra bit of nerves, it makes sense for the players to take a step away really quick.
It is quite late in the game, though. You're South 3 already. So just quick break before they go into the last hand.
2 hands, last 2 hands.
Last 2 hands, sorry.
We did have a dealer repeat, yes.
Continue. It's right there on the screen, on the overlay.
That's true. It is, in fact, accurate. Talking through probably discussing like sort of some of the conditions that are being looked out for, some of the things the players are going to be playing for, all that.
And they're back.
And we're back.
Looks like it was a quick break, quick step away. Maybe someone ran out of water.
Yeah, it could be. Especially with all the lights and everything, I always feel like a table like that would be very, very hot to play in.
You see the tables in the background. Actually, so there's 4 tables in the studio normally, and then the other groups are playing at a different parlor, at an actual mahjong parlor that they rent out. One of the tables, there was an issue, and that group had to suddenly move to the parlor as well.
Oh, that's...
So only 3 groups playing in the studio today.
It's a fun thing.
All right, ready right into it. Negishi has possibly Peiko and a pair of the green dragons.
Oh my god, but look at Nanase's hand. Has like that weird Sanshoku type of hand. Although, okay, we're Ishanten as well.
Home by Negishi.
As Negishi decides to open up, drops the Dora, checks it, passes at least that time.
Oh, wow. Tenpai. Possible Junchan and Sanshoku. The problem is that if the 7 comes out, do you win on it? And that's probably why she's contemplating whether to reach or not. Because she doesn't want to win on the 7, but she will reach. You really only want to win on the 8 there, because it's just so much fun going from reach no mi to a Hanemon hand.
Yeah. They even passed the 7. Which would not be the best, but it's something.
I mean, if she passes it and then draws the 8 later, then it's possible Baimon. If she can get just 1 Ura.
It's true. Oh, an Ishanten for our dealer Ishida.
And that 8 is floating. That 8 that Nanase wants is floating right there. And as dealer, Ishida might just push it.
Tenpai. I mean, surely we at least take Tenpai. Maybe not Riichi, but we are going to do just that. Tenpai on Formon. If I can do it.
Double check where Ishida was in the...
Oh, and this might... Oh, this still is Tenpai. We could do really, really, really weird things here with like a 7-so drop, but we're going to throw 5 back.
7? We're
going to do that.
Drop, but with a reach on the board. And she draws an 8!
Ooh! Mitsumo, Junchan, Sanshoku!
Oh, yes,
Ura! Oh, Ura!
Yes, Ura. Yes, Ura.
Oh
that's
my
Baimon.
god, for Haremon Sumo? Or
no,
Baimon?
Baimon Sumo, right?
Riichi, Sanshoku, Junchan, and yeah, the Ura for the Baimon. 4181. huge hand for Nanase. And oh my god, now we've entered chance time. And I mean, for the rest of the table, not great. For Negishi, or for the rest of the table, really weird. And Negishi in a very awkward spot right now, because like passing dealership and staying in first is almost not practical in any way right now. It's a minimum 3K swing if you are not Tenpai, which you would have to not be Tenpai to pass dealership. So gets Gyakuten by 2 out of 3 players. And yeah, jeez, and then forcing it to another hand. What a weird end game scenario, and everybody else close. I mean, Negishi might even just hope somebody else wins like a 3-Han hand or a 2-Han sumo, and Negishi takes like a small second, which is within her condition.
These scores in the last hand always make me chuckle because it's like, why did we even play the last 7 or 8 hands? Like,
yeah, right. Let's just we could have made this a South
scores.
3, South 4 game, and it would have been the same. It's important though when you go in a circle, the context of the beginning changes. Or you are a different person than when you were at the beginning of the circle this time.
From Nanase, because now she's got a chance at first place.
Nanase's like, ooh, Itsudora won.
Yeah.
She said, love it. Although has to sumo or get a stick in order to realize that. Or realize the Gyakuten.
Or just, it won't have a...
it's not great. Yeah, we'll throw the East. It's
she
pretty dead anyway.
I guess there's a Sanshoku chance there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 4, 5, 6 Sanshoku chance. So, and that would actually a 3. Not 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you would have to do something. And speaking of, we actually have a quick Tenpai from Uchimura. On sumo, I think would pass because it would be sumo Dora, which sumo 2K is enough. Definitely gonna be looking out for a better Tenpai as well. Oh jeez. 3, 4, 5 is kind of an option. South's once out, so you might justify the South.
She's gonna go.
No, but committed to the
E2. For this full straight. Oh, and we have now Ipeiko Uchimura with
Suji trapped. Riichi Ipeiko Dora. Minimum 52.
Good.
Although
for first place.
3-7 so's not the best, especially Suji trapped on the reach tile. Yang on reach is very, very.
I don't know, 7 so is kind of the best tile though after West.
Sure.
You know why? In Japanese, the 7s are all called chi, like chi-so, chi-man, or chi-1, and chi-pin. But for some reason, 7 so is also called chasso, which is like, it's like a nickname. It has a nickname. The other ones don't. That
sounds like chasho, which isn't that like pork or a pork dish? Chashu, yes, that reminds me of chashu, which is pork, and I like that. So I'm on board. I'm all game for that. Although I do like the phoenix tile, the chicken. We're
gonna start the competing cult. We're gonna compete.
Sozu Chinitsu. I would love that. I would actually love that. Anything to take away from Sanzo propaganda. Sozu will be the food suit because it's filled with chicken and pork. So tell your friends, get in on the bit quick.
I'm going to have ramen today, actually. That's the plan.
It does sound yummy mode. This is I want to recognize from Uchimura too. This is actually a very smart reach for the reason that Negishi cannot pass Tenpai and still be first after this. If Nanase did the same reach, Negishi could, because Nanase would then be down by 3,300 So Negishi would be 300 ahead, but Uchimura is 100 above Negishi. So even if Negishi folds out, it'll be a 3K gap, which will pass the 2,900 point gap. Or it'll be a 3K swing. So very, very smart Riichi by Uchimura to try and make a play for first, assuming that the win doesn't happen. The downside being that if Nanase is Tenpai, then the game, then she will lose first if Negishi does fold for a second.
She'll
which it looks like Negishi's
second
out.
place, though, in that case. Because she'll still pass by Negishi with a 3,000 point gap.
Yeah, so she will. She's guaranteed.
Point gap if she's the only one Tenpai.
Yeah, guaranteed second or another hand unless somebody else wins, which is not terrible, but definitely not exactly what you want to see. Oh boy, speaking of ugly Shantens, what are we going to do here?
I don't think it's ugly. I like it.
Well, you have to push those tiles to the board. That's the problem.
Yes,
you have to cut one of those tiles, and I don't know about you, but I'm not in love with pushing any of those to the board. So, on paper it's good. But, in the sumo, Riichi Sumo.
First place.
Ipekadora, Mangan.
She is unstoppable today.
It's okay for a big win for Uchimura in the hunt for the individuals. Very important win. So now Uchimura with a plus 43, maybe even in the running. I forget where she was at heading into today, but I think there was a gaining of points or very, very small loss. So with that, looking very powerful. And with Negishi getting that plus 3.8, I think Team Maika is basically set to go for...
Yeah, Uchimura's looking for basically lots and lots of first places to get into those finals. Ishida as well. So Ishida's probably out now of the finals. Uchimura still has a chance. And there we go. Yeah, we got to show the awesome pages. That was game 2. And we didn't have mics on this scene. But now we have mics on this scene, so here we are. Oh, wait, that was the wrong game. Oh, that must be game 3. My bad.
Okay, well, hey! Well, if you're looking for game 3.
1.
This one looks right.
Yes.
This was game 1. Yeah, this was the game 1 that we almost put up and then didn't. But it's there. You can see the players' fun faces from what you just played.
Yes, actually, I don't have a game 2 one, I guess.
Nah, that's fine. Game 1's the important one.
I think that it's because 3 of the players are the same. I don't know. I hope I have the right game 3 one. We'll see. It will be fun.
Surely.
I don't know what I did there. I was working very hard all night. But anyway.
1 Jenn Shanten from correct OBS. That's pretty good. 1 Jenn Shanten. People don't respect how far it is, but it's far.
Yeah, I like having a pro to do it.
Yeah.
So I missed on the Kaede. Okay, so I got the correct game 3 one. But before that was great having you here, Harrison.
Of course, likewise. Yeah, I'm getting the boot. Oh no, you get to hear awesome Corak commentary. Oh my god, so sad for the viewers. You get the Corak Jenn hour. So terrible. Oh no.
What is sad about that?
What do I do? It's sarcasm. We have it in the States, Jenn. You've been away for too long.
No.
You've been away for too long.
Okay, the thing is that it's just hard in 2026 to tell what is onion news and what is sarcasm and satire and what is real. I'm trying to navigate.
The trick is they all blend together.
Yep.
Because clearly the timelines just it went off the rails. But that's okay.
Just assume everything's fake, then things make more sense.
It's true.
Yeah, everything's fake and real at the same time. Schrodinger's headline as it goes.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you, Harrison, for stepping in. We didn't have very many people available today, but we got all the games in thanks to you. Appreciate it. And
thanks, Harrison. Take care.
There's a DC
of
tournament
course,
coming up.
likewise. Good luck. There is a couple more slots. End of the month. It'll be a good time. Corak will be there. I'll be there. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Nate'll be there too. Actually, and Edwin. Actually, we have a ton of the commentary crew coming.
Commentary group World Reach Pros. I wish I was gonna be there, but I will not. I will be in San Francisco next month though.
What?
Or
okay.
May, first week of May. Yeah, at the PML Open.
Next year.
You're not coming?
I 5 lucky numbers, and you know I'm there. 5 lucky numbers away, and I'm there. Best believe it.
Best of luck, Harrison.
I'll need it.
All right. Well, we do have game 3. So the thing about game 3 is that it's like the same. All the same players except for Shirota, so that's why we had a problem with the game 2 ones, but we got it. So this is Shirota in seat 1, Midori Uchimura once again in seat 2 in the south seat, Natsumi Negishi in the west seat, and Ayane Ishida in the north seat. So that's who we will be watching. And I'm so happy to have Corak here because I am on game 3 and I just get to follow along when Corak is here commentating for us.
Yeah, I do have a loud mouth that just goes on and on and on occasionally.
It's so good. My Red Bull's almost gone too, so it's perfect timing.
Well, these games were pretty short. I'm actually still eating dinner in the middle of this, so I'll throw these few things in between hands. But we take a look at this hand, and Shirota has a Pinfu type hand, maybe some Ipeco options, but it requires some maneuvering around. 5-pin is the door, very easy to use. Speaking of, one here, Pinfu hand, maybe some sort of 2-3-4 or 1-2-3 Sansku. This is similarly Pinfu hand, medium speed, maybe 6-7-8 Sansku in there. This is all of them very standard hands, none particularly good, all moving towards a Pinfu with possibly Ipeco. But it's very much everyone starts out at about the same rate, and we see what happens and what they draw. None of these hands are good. None of these hands are awful. They're all very standard. There's not much creativity early in. You do have the question you get towards mid-hand when you just start calling for something, try and shut these down.
Oh, you got the memo. Creativity is the word of the day. That's what we're talking about all day.
I've definitely used the word in context. It usually means doing something intentionally irrational because going directly didn't work. Ooh, 6-0, great draw there. Possibly Ipeco and Tanyo upgrades. So there's a bunch of honors to get rid of. 9 shows a blank. That is an Ishanta, but it's a terrible one. 4 Makoto to the 3, 1, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. 3-pin, decent floater. You do have a 1-pin discard. Should just be one of the honors, or the 1-mon goes to the 1-mon. Hoping probably just pair the Akohei up and call it. There's no real value just yet. 3-pin, that is Tempai, so you can't get the 2. Ooh, okay, greeting for better shapes. Of course, the ideal draw is the 5-pin door. Then you start dreaming about Itsu Pinfu.
Yeah, looking for a Pinfu, or possibly is there a possible door connection?
Well, yes, because it was, the 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. A 5 would be perfect. Yeah. Being of 5s, another one pulled into this hand, though. Going to be hard to get Tanyo out of it, so may just be too slow. 9 Mon goes back. 4-pin. I mean, it's a good floater. Yeah, thinks the same thing, because any middle pins would use Tempai. 2, 3, 4, even another 1, 5, 6 are all Tempai. 7 Mon, okay, that's Ishant and Headless. Tone, however, is not one of those useful tiles. 2-pin fits in here. Can go with the 6. Goes with the 1 instead. I think I like cutting the 6 because I don't want it sitting around. Sure, it's an extra pair, but at the same time, I just don't like it.
Very possible Rianpeiko here.
2, so pair up. Moving ahead. Well, that is Ipeiko Tempai. Well, Dama here. This is waiting on 3-pin for Ipeiko only.
The 5 comes in. That's going to be a 3-sided weight with the Dora. A little bit better weight and also same
Possible
score.
Itsu. Haku. It's a pair up. It's Chitoi, but it's slow. I guess this wouldn't be. I guess if you get the 5, I just cut 9-9 and go Chinitsu. Forget anything else.
If it's early enough. Yeah, definitely.
Even like late second row, I'm not thrilled with the hand as it is. And just a one-shot into a monster Hanemon / possible Baimon / possible San Baimon, I think is worth maneuvering.
And Baimons have been a theme of the games today. We've seen a few of them already.
8-pin, not a great tile. You're just going to throw it back. Not thinking Sanshigu because the pair still isn't really established yet. Formon isn't in, and that's just a really sad discard pile. That is Ishunten here. I definitely want to cut the 6-pin. I do not want that in my hand for any more. And yeah, thinks about the 1 and says, no, wait a second. Say bot.
She wants to use both Dora anyway. It's not that she's going to use that one, but it's definitely way safer to discard later.
6-0 is it? That is just such a sad pond. Dreamy Suako if you just looked at the pond. 3-1. That is not Tempai.
No, it's already gone out.
Well, it's because it was thrown a few turns ago. Otherwise, that would have been. Hatsu. Nope.
And now we're getting to the it's too late to go for a Chinsu now.
Yeah, now I think you just have to take a Tempai. Tone is not going to help. 8-0. Ugh. Yeah, this may just be a fold-out point. 7-pin.
Would have been if it were 3 draws ago.
Yeah.
Except
at the same time, you could also go 8-pin and play the Chitoi, but no, just go ahead and throw it back. Five. Well, that's Ipeiko if you cut the 8.
It's Ipeiko and possibly a Rianpeiko tempo. I think there's one.
Yes.
Oh, there's 2 8s out. There's one left that from her perspective.
One Mon isn't going to help. 5-so isn't helping at all. This is a, do I want to cut the 8-pin now? Nope.
AP feels bad. It's the Dora Suji.
There we're going to see a call. It definitely cheapens the hand, but Tempai payments are worth more than not having Tempai. Says Ishunten, and nope, not going to bother. Shaw just has not drawn anything useful in Pinzo. Listen to all those nice pin tiles. Again, you look at the pot, it's just sad. Chu not going to help. 4-pin. Ooh. Ew. The 6 didn't come out that long ago, so I think you can just throw the 3 here. It's possible there's a Dama, but it's so important to be Tempai here. And yeah, that is eventually the decision that's made. But deals into the Peiko. $1,300, and you figure you're likely paying that out on Tempai payments anyway, so you don't even feel bad about that. But if anyone else is Tempai, you're definitely paying more than $1,300. But Uchimura is dealer here in East 2. Of course, I haven't talked much about it in this game, but the standings make it to where Negishi is basically in damage control mode. So and the Dama definitely makes sense for Team Maika.
So Negishi is also going into today in the top 7, which is an individual race, which is a ticket straight past the individual playoffs. into the next
I
round.
wonder
after
why
that.
they're playing her then, because if I'm in that position, I just wouldn't want to play.
I think that they probably had sort of discussion.
They probably made the decision
started the
before
game.
this week. Yeah.
Tenne started, and she had a really rough first game. And it might have been that she didn't want to be responsible for possibly having a couple more games like that. Mental game is also a big issue.
It is.
Negishi
Remember that.
can, as long as she doesn't get all last places, then she will still be in the individual playoffs. So
Yeah, it's just a matter of how far in. Because, of course, different levels in the individuals put you in different positions. Ooh, 6 is a nice draw.
also, she was
Do you start
going
dreaming,
into it.
Sonko?
She was going into it 6th place, with only a 5-point
you may
difference
not
from
know
8th
about the
place.
other tables then, right?
Yeah, so getting a few extra points will help her go higher in the rankings and lock in the top 7. And if she loses some points, she'll still be in the top 30 probably to remain in the playoffs. So I don't think it's probably not a bad decision.
Yeah. That isn't it. Well, not it. Ishanta needs 2-5 so and 6-9 so. If you can 9 one of those pulled in, 8 pin goes back. Pay is useless. Going to cut the 9 now. 3. Ooh, that's Dora. Well, one of your roundmen's gone. Going to play for the 2-3-4 Sanshoku. The ultimate Takame there, potential, where you get Tanya Sanshoku on one end, you get Riichi and Dora on the other. Another one, so that's actually an Anko and 2 completed shapes in Sozu. Ooh, 4 so. There's Ishanten for Chitoitsu, and at the same time, you start dreaming of Suanko when you see a hand like that. 3 pin, not going to do anything. It goes back. Okay, so goes back. Not even going to hedge towards the Chinitsu play. You could have argued for the 2 mob, but it is a Dora indicator, so it obviously connects to the Dora. Fremont, second Dora. Okay, going to hold on, extend the shape. You figure here, if you get a Tanya Dora 2 call, you just take it. Okay, 6-0, dreams of Suanko dead officially. Just goes for the wider Chitoi. Six spawn doesn't help. 2 so doesn't help, especially Furiten with possible Chitoi. 2 pin. 9 pin. A whole bunch of blanks, and that tends to happen mid-hand. Either you hear Riichi or people just throw things back. That is Tempai. Would be Riichi Nomi. But at the same time, if you're not, goes ahead and takes it. If you're not taking it, you're playing for the Honitsu Chanta, maybe Honitsu Chanta tone, but you are 2 Shanten on turn 11 or turn 12. It's not a great spot. 3 pin. It is a safe tile. Well, Karigiri throwing the 3 from the hand to suggest a fold to the rest of the table, even though we know, of course, it's not. Formon, Tempai, well. Out goes the Dora. Riichi, Tanya, Dora, possible Sanshoku, waiting on 2-5 so, I believe. Another Dora here as well. Sumo. Reach Sumo. Nothing fancy. Will be some extra food here because you have an Anko, an East pair, and a Sumo. 1,300 all, and of course the Riichi 6. Uchimura in first place now. But Team All Serious can't really play for the title of this group, the lead of this group, unless they can drop Team Maika and Negishi down. If Negishi ends up even third, it really doesn't matter. You need to absolutely destroy them if you want to get it into a real fight because of how big the gap was to start with. 127-point gap to begin a game. It is technically doable, but good luck. Kinfu Tanya type man?
They had a good start with the with Tenne's loss in the first game, but the second game, Negishi got second place, and so just kind of crushed those dreams.
All right, Pinfu Taipan, you do the 4-4-4-6, so ideally just draw 5 there. Pei not going to help. Could be a Chi Toy, could be a Toy Toy. Speaking of worthless Pei, going to hold it over the Chun. 7, yeah, cuts one of the penchant. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 is definitely an annoying shape to work with. 6, so that is technically Ishanten. The term technically Ishanten means yes, it would be Ishanten, but you really want the Tenpai. Friso, well, that's another pair. Do we just go 8-9 in Pinzu? That's what I do. Yes, we are.
Yeah, it's only 2 Gen Shanten. 2 away from
There are lots of
concealed
values for that
triples.
Yakuman, yeah. Even just any Peiko with 2 Dora, you're not going to complain about that.
You could get even all triples. Lots of choices.
9 completes the shape here. 7, 8, 9 pin. Goes and cuts the Haku. Another pair up. You're at least keep in the back of your mind that you Chitoitsu with that floating 5, so. But you don't want to lock into it just yet. I like holding the 8 pin. Yeah, I like throwing the 7. The 8 pin's going to be very safe when you have 3 7 blockers like this. I mean, it's not like the 7-1 does anything in that hand. 9-1 useless with the 8 cut earlier. 3 pin, you've already cut the 1, so a lot of Furitan issues. Throws that back. 3, extend the shape in Monzu. 2, 2, 3, 5, 6. Could go with the Sozu or the Sha. Goes with the Sha. 3 on another pair. So that's Chito Ishanten now. Not ideal to be waiting on a 5 so though. Haku does nothing. Pei.
Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Oh, there is a draw.
Yeah, Sanjuku Tanya play. Sanjuku Tanya Dora maybe. Five pin. I have the overlap in Pinzu, but I'm going to cut the 2 so here.
I'm going for the floaters, and the Dora straddles Suji before anyone reaches.
Dora. Okay, there goes your 8. That is super whitey Shunten in Sozu.
Yeah, that shape is actually that shape I like is hidden in there. You take out the 4, 5, 6 Sozu, and then you have the 3, 3, 5, 7, 7 shape, which means 3, 4, 5, and 7 are all super useful for that.
Well, plus you also have the Chutoitsu if you don't want to play the Peiko. That's always another option. Hatsu going to be held as a safety. I'll get rid of the 8. Speaking of 8s, throws it back. Not useful for Chitoi Tanya. You already cut one. That's Tenpai. This is Riichi, Tanya, Dora 1. Waiting on 3 So Dora indicator. Of course, you see 2 of them, so there's at best 1 left of the wall. And that is exactly correct. There is 1 in the wall. Only takes 1, but you do have to get it. If you want to win the hand, 1 pin goes back. Another pair up, but that just feels like a fold. Non won't help.
It's like every hand is almost great.
But generally, that's what hands tend to do, is they get better and better, and then as you get closer to Tenpai, they get stuck. Oh, yeah, just gets it, Sumo! Sanzo power up, Reach, Sumo, Tanya, Dora. No Aura, but that is a Mongon, so Negishi going to go to first place. Uchimura takes the recovery, minus 4,000. Negishi going to be up by quite a bit here.
This is what she's playing for. try and lock in that top 7 spot in the
That's
individual
City first. You
standings.
have to figure she's got it. So Negishi will have a chance to extend that lead here. Representing Team Maika in East 3 as dealer. You can see those yellow points definitely pulling away now at that first. And starts off with a pretty bad hand. It kind of wants to be Itsu and Sozu, and everything else is just connected garbage. Not even going to consider the Kogashi plate, though, cutting the 1 pin. These are bad hands. This is the best of the bunch by far, and it still has tons of honors to get rid of.
Yeah, it just created 1 open-ended, but this is another Kokushi attempt, I believe, in Ishida's hand.
It seems perfectly fine. You'd be less thrilled with it if you saw everyone else's hand. 6 pin goes back. Of course, there's your 7-6.
What if we saw 2
nice
Kokushis
fill.
in one day? We saw a Kokushi in the first game.
Didn't you get a Yakuman early on in the tournament?
I did get a Kokushi, not on the broadcast table, and then someone else got one on my broadcast table. We had a lot of Yakuman in Group 11 this season.
Well, not going to do anything. Actually, very close now. 5 pin's a great draw. You just play for the Itsu. The problem is you have the blocked-in blocks in Monzu. You just cut the 4 so? No, cuts the 1 pin. 7 pin doesn't do anything, but this hand is... It's not dead, but it needs help. East pair up, that does not advance the hand. Here's the Kokushi already had a pair, so it doesn't reduce the Shanten. Does give a safer tile, of course.
That's impressive.
That, on the other hand, is Tempai. We are waiting for, what, Chun Dora?
Oh, it's the second Kokushi Tenpai on the table. It's floating in Uchimura's hand. It's floating in Negishi's hand.
Yes, it is waiting on Chun. It is the Dora. That is the one redeeming value. The rest of the table is you deal it, you expect to oftentimes pay a lot. Maybe not this much, though. Uh-oh, that hand's getting closer. Interestingly, the hand for, I think it's Negishi, is unlikely to throw it because it's looking like a Honitsu shift. That is Tempai. Could reach you the 2, waiting 4-7 here. Will Dama, there's no Yaku, looking for an Itsu upgrade. And there is 1 Chun left in the wall. 2 players have one. And of course, we have the Yakuman waiting on the last one. Tumon doesn't actually do anything for the hand. Goes and takes the reach. It's a 2-5 weight, I believe.
Yeah, instead of the 4-7 pinch.
Oh, Dora, pair up. That's the last one.
It is not coming out from Negishi's hand. Negishi needs to win this hand less than anybody else.
Yeah, no, there's what? Did I miscount? I think there might be 1 in the wall still. Oh, double road on the Chun now.
Oh, yeah, actually, yes, there's 1 in the wall. Because we were thinking of like a Tonki weight, but it's not a Tonki weight, it's a no.
Not a Tonki.
It's a no-ton weight.
It's none. 2-1-0-0. And the deal in Riichi Nomi
there it was.
will shut it down.
It was in the wall, it was the Uradora indicator.
So it was completely dead to the... So we were actually right then.
Yeah. Pat on the head.
Meanwhile, Riichi Nomi shuts down a couple of monsters, a Mongon and a Yakuman. That's when you get to the review after and you watch the broadcast, you go, oh my god, what just happened? Because in game, you're not thinking about it. It's like, okay, I got my Riichi Nomi, whatever. And of course, these are professionals. They're not going to get mad at you and show you, why did you ruin my Kokushi?
No. that does not happen. Sometimes if it's the last hand of the game, we might open the hand and be like, man, I was so close, but definitely no anger about that. But waiting for, if only Chun was not Dora, it would have come out very
I feel the
quickly.
same way, yeah. That it is unfortunate. That is always a consideration you need to make in a Kogushi play, is if your weight is a terminal or an honor, which it has to be for Kogushi, and then ends up being the Dora, you end up in a really rough spot.
Doma says, good job being right, both of you guys. I never doubted you. Thank you. Doma never doubts us. Always there to reaffirm my being right.
3 Mon will be held. There's a bit of a Chanta play, but it's much more likely Honitsu. It's actually a wider shape in Pinzu than it looks.
Kind of
6-8, so 6 7 8 Sanshi is
Shosangen.
possible.
Maybe there's a Shosangen chance here as well. There's
Riso.
only one Chum being held by another player, so there is a potential another Yakuman on the table.
6 7 8 fills in nicely. This extends the Sozu shape. 4 5 6 7 cuts the 1. 2. Well, I guess you just play for Chanta. Yeah, that is the decision. You're not thrilled with it, but honestly, Chanta Shosangen, I'm not going to complain. So unfortunate having cut the 2 earlier. 1 Mon goes back. 1 So, this is Ishan 10. Imagine you cut one of the 7s, probably the 7 So to keep the Dora. It is the play. 2-pin, kind of a bad floater, but no better options. Ooh, 8-pin. It's a bit unfortunate the 9 was thrown earlier.
Of that open-ended gut shot there, and Ishida see on the left, the 3 4 4 5 6 8.
Now this is that classic shape where you have, you do lose the 7 doing this, but decided the Dora was better as a floater than the 7-pin acceptance. Well, June, what about Yakuman? What about the actual Yakuman?
I said a potential another Yakuman. But
well, now we can stop dreaming and start actually thinking about it.
And Uchimura is never discarding it, but there's one still left on the wall.
That is not Tempai. How attached are you to this Dora? Could even go 3-pin and plan to cut 1 So later. But the most efficient is obviously just throwing the 4 back. Or the most efficient is cutting the Dora. And that is going to be the play here, trying to get the Riichi Nomi. Ooh, Tanya Sanju shift. I might have followed up with the Dora there since it just cleared, but Tempai for Yakuman! 1 pin and Chun, so the cheap end is still Shosangen. Back goes the 2-bon.
That Chun is
not going to play this, as the Chun just never coming. Let's not get ourselves in trouble.
Chun is the only winning tile for her right now, that both of the 1 pins are on the board.
Riichi, we might see it come out. Now I have 2 walls to get the Chun. Oh, no! The last one? The 7-mon is safe here to the Riichi. But if you're not playing this hand, because you drew the Chun, there's no reason to throw it.
If there was no reach, then it's possible she would have maybe gone for a Tempai and held on to the Chun till the last minute, but now it's not coming out ever.
Yeah, you can't do it here. So it is Shosangen Tempai now, not Daisongen, unless something really weird happens.
No, there's 2 1s on the board already, so it's kind of a dead
hand. Oh,
it's
dead then.
Yeah.
See, I only saw the 1. Oh, yeah, there's the 2nd. It is completely dead. Con? No. It doesn't actually add any value to do it, so you don't usually con in the situation. Question is, will the 2-5 so come? So Ishida can pick up this win.
My Daisongen last season was from a con, and I drew the winning tile for my Daisongen.
Ooh.
So I'm very tempted in that situation to con.
Still waiting 2-5, so another one of those gets eaten up here with a 5. 6 doesn't look great, but then you have Yakuban. Or you think you have Yakuban. We know you have Tenpai and nothing else. Wow, Bales. Sumo, doesn't matter. Reach Sumo Pinfu, no Aura. This is a dealer Riichi, so 1,300 all, and of course the stick back. With that, Ishida should jump into second place barely. Nope, 300 short. Negishi still in front by about 8,000. Uchimura in second, Ishida in third, and Shirota in last. We'll have a repeat, of course, as dealer Sumo shutting down the potential Yakuman, but the Yakuman had folded out. I think she'd read exactly what had happened, that the other two players had drawn one and just were not fighting because they'd drawn one. Ooh, I like this hand. Dora floater, decent shapes, double Yakuhai pawn options. Could even be a Chanta in there. Lots of value. To me, that's the type of hand that's just fun to play. It doesn't really take much thought, but you're calling just about anything, and the value's obvious. Six-0 is actually kind of a miserable draw. Because now it's going to move away from the Chanta. There's the East. That should come out. It is taken. Now goes to the 4. Not abandoning it completely. Also potential Honitsu later in Sozu if you get a bunch more tiles. 2, 4, 5, 8 pin. Ooh, 4's a great draw there. 1 pin goes back. 4 connects to the 5. 4, 5, 7, 9. Still fairly slow. 4, 5, 6. Sanjuku now potential. Doesn't have a pair yet, though. 8. Well, do you believe in Chanta? 6-0 is the yes answer. Nope. Big Chanta in absolute shambles. 9 pin goes back. Speaking of 9 pin, that doesn't fit either. Should go back. Might consider a Sakigiri on the Sozu, but I just throw the 9 back, and that is what happens. 1 so pair up. Well, now you can think of Honitsu.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you believe in Honitsu? Definitely a bit more value than the Chanta.
6-mon pair up. No, not ideal. That's a technically Chanta. Now this, on the other hand, is just a mess. No. Well, what about just taking it? It is Ishunten. It's not Tenpai. Similarly, this hand is also Ishunten, but terrible Ishunten. Should be the 8. Out it goes. 3 pin. Nope.
Just looking for probably the White Dragon Pawn.
Yeah, definitely wants the Haku here. But it is Tenpai. If you can upgrade to the Chanta, great. If not, whatever. There is the Haku. There is the Pawn. And there is the Tenpai. Waiting 7 so for Dora 1, remember, and double Yakuhai. Hey, that 9 so's the tiles he needs, though. Shaw goes back. 1 pin goes back.
I mean, you could always upgrade to a Chanta if she gets the 9, so...
Yeah, that's saying... Plus, of course, even if you just sumo the 7, it does give extra food here because of the pawns. And the Kanchan. Definitely going for the Tanya with that 1 pin cut. 2 so does nothing. Back goes Chunt. 2 pin is worthless. 5 pin. Ooh, that's a super wide E-shunt, especially if you cut 5 so, but wants the Tanya so badly. One so, well, that's Itsu type shape, but it actually would move back in Shanta to take it. Because the most direct play is 2 so, 5 so, which makes his hand very set. I like 1-3. Yeah, it goes with the 3. 2-mon pair up does nothing. Could go with the 9 so instead, but I just throw it back. 8-9, okay. I don't know if the 9's ever coming out. Chun does nothing. 5-pin, okay, that's a little bit better. You draw the 3 so and have a pretty good shape in Sozu. 8-pin, that is not Tempai. Very wide, though. 3-pin does nothing here. Oh, 3-pin does. That is Tempai, I believe. Well, hold on. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not.
Right. It's very awkward shape. But pretty wide for the Ishanten.
There is a Riichi Tanya waiting for so only. Well, there's our Chanta upgrade if we take it. It boosts it to Mongon, but doesn't want to throw the more dangerous 6. Fears that the 8 earlier, the 9 is pretty safe, but does give up a bunch of potential value. Five mon, isn't it? Three mon, yeah, I think that's a get out, and that is the play here. Oh, pairs up the Dora. There's the 7 so going to deal in. Loses out on the Chanta Mongon level, but we'll get 3 Han from it. Shirota close the gap with Uchimura, and we are now into South Round, and Shirota will have a chance to build on that. See the tiles. 8 so is the new Dora. Looks like a pretty good Pinfu hand. I like this hand a lot. There's no real value until you draw Dora. But you give me that hand, I'm going to take it 9 times out of 10 easily. That's a great starting hand. That's a slow Pinfu hand. That is a very slow Pinfu hand. And that is a bit of a mess. Could be Pinfu, could even be Chanta, could be Honitsu. That's very much a wait and see what happens. 7 mon connects with the 8. 5 pin connects with the 2, 4, 7. 1 pin just going to be held for now. That 1 pin not held. Chun pair up, call and go. 5 pin pair up. Ugh. What's our plan with this?
I like that 55799 shape with a little open-ended on the edge of it.
Yeah, I don't mind that as an E-Shunted shape. Yeah, the problem is turn 3. It's so bad.
Lots of potential.
Going to hedge the 2. 9 so pair up. Could just be Chitoi now.
Ugh.
Non does nothing. We are in South Round. If anyone called it, it would be Yakuhai. 2 pin goes back. Out goes the 4. Definitely playing it like Chitoitsu. 7 pairs. 6 so. That is Ishanten, but it was already Ishanten. You could cut the 4 so here. I don't like the 6 that much. I like the 4 so a lot. Because then if we do draw another Dora, we have Ipeco Dora 2.
Yeah, you do lose Sanshoku options. So you do with the 6 as well.
Yeah. And you're not really holding the 4, 5, 6 really any of the time. Oh, and the punish! You can always potentially call down a 5, a 2, or an 8, and then cut the 4, 6 mon, but that is exactly the tile I was afraid of. Ishunten here. 5-pin. Givers cut a Dora. Could go 8-pin. Goes to the Dora.
I think I'd probably start with 8-pin. There's a possible backdoor to an all pairs hand as well.
Amon going to be held. This is definitely just continued plays at Chitoitsu. Hatsu will be held. Gets rid of the 3-so. Figures the blocks are locked in now. Shaw goes back. The 1-mon goes back. Pair up. Okay, Ishunten for Chitoi now. 3-so goes back. Would have been another pair, but they didn't really need it, so it's not really a backfire. 6-mon's a great draw. Now you only need 2 more to make that hand good. We're going to see a Pon 10. This is Tempai waiting on 5-mon for Tanyao Dora 1. A whole bunch of nothing. Could try and shift this, but likes a 6, 7, 8 more because, of course, you do have the ability to shift up for a Sanjuku if you get a 7 or an 8. This is the deal-in tile. Gets off it, goes in and holds it, throws the safer tune. Nice dodge. South, I mean, came out a couple times. You should not be scared of it. Going to hold as a safe tile, though. Figures the door is never coming out. Might as well cut down the 4, 6, 8 to 6, 8. Five, so extend it to Ryankan. 8-pin. 6, 7, 8. Back goes the 6, so. We will see a call here. This is Tempai waiting Pei and 9-mon. That is a Yakuhai, because that's Ishida. So Atsuzuki waiting for the Pei. There's the pair up. This is Chitoitsu. I mean, you have to throw the 7, don't you? Question is Dama or Riichi? I always slam these. And that is going to be the play here as well. Riichi, Chitoitsu, Dora 2. Of course, we know at least 2 of those are in hand, and 1 has been discarded, I believe. Yes, the weight is dead. Five so goes out. 2-mon could switch to the 3 weight.
Sure.
We'll do so. This is a Tempai play. I think you have to just take it, don't you? Tanyao Sanjuku Dora 1. The 5-mon's not a great tile, but at the same time, could also play the 8-mon here as relative safety, which you will lose out on the Sanjuku, and that is the play. There's the pay, though. Deals in. Nothing fancy here. 1 Han shuts down the Riichi.
Shuts down the reach and moves the dealership along. Ishida not getting out ahead, but not losing, not letting other people get out ahead either.
And honestly, for Negishi, that's not the worst thing that could have happened. You're fine with that. Lose a couple thousand past dealer turn. Yeah, you can do that. Uchimura is deal here in South 2. Nice little Peiko option with the 5566. Possible 567 Sanjuku in there as well. This has a South pair that is the double South. So likely call and go. Here we've seen a Dora draw. Other than that, it's largely Pinfu. We'll see what happens with the Hatsu Dora. 9-mon, do you just believe Chanta? You could cut the 4-mon if you just all in on Chanta. I kind of like it. Instead, goes to the 9, keeps the Ishunten. 9 so does nothing. 9 pin, okay, that's a different upgrade. Goes to the 9-mon. Yeah, just playing it as straightforwardly as possible. One pin Onko now. Cuts the 2. Friso, possibly Peiko upgrade. Goes to the 1-mon. Four pin, another pair. Still looking for that south. We know one of them's in this hand, and it might come out right now, and it does. There's a call for the double south. No real value in the rest of the hand, though, so not an immediate concern. At the same time, Negishi doesn't need value. She just needs dealer to change. Ooh, interesting option. Could go 3-so, could go 4-mon, could even throw this back. Throws it back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I like there. I don't really like anything.
Well, see, that's why I like cutting the 4-mon earlier, is then our decisions are largely made for us. We don't have to think too hard about it. 6 connects with the 7 here, so there's that floating Hatsu. 4 pin, and you feel like it's a backfire, but then you look through and say, not really. 8-mon. Yep. Thinks the same, throws it back. 7-so doesn't really fit in. There's a 5-6-7 Sanjuku, so we'll go ahead and cut one of the 9s. 8-so goes back. 4-so goes back. 6-so likely to go back and does. You can see the 5 connects to the 7. Still has that Hatsudora. 7-mon pair up. Now we might see that Dora pop out. Well, that's Ishan 10. That is Tempai. Would have to throw the Dora. It would be Riichi Nomi as well. This is also 4th place Ishida, who kind of needs some value. Could also always go 2-2. Could go 7-so, 5-so. Could even throw the 8 back, but I don't like that much. Goes the 2-2.
Yeah, let's hang on to that Dora.
There goes the Dora. Riichi, Tanyao, 3 6-mon. There's a dealer Riichi as well, so if you challenge it, you better have something. Should just be the Hatsu here. No, shoving the 2. 2 doesn't look that dangerous given the early 4s. Or earlier 4s. Oh, no! Well, now you know the Hatsu's pretty worthless, so out it goes. That's pretty much it. Well, we tried something. It didn't work.
Talking about that a few minutes ago as well. And in my head, I'm talking and being angry at my tiles, saying, "You're late."
It does tend to be that way. Now, this is an awkward position. Could go 7-so. Wheels the 1s. Says I see enough 2s. It's fine. This hand's out. Shirota wants nothing to do with it.
One away for Negishi.
Another pair. Their route's back in, but doesn't want to play them. I am shocked 4-mon was not called. Because that was Tempai with the Shampon.
She's okay with discarding the Chun. I wonder if she's worried about not being able to win and dealing in after that. Well, it's a few more tile choices for her safer discards.
Right. It's also just because it's Negishi, who has no loss conditions other than dealing into some stupid dealer Riichi.
Yeah.
I think if it were earlier in the event, you just always call that. I think that is largely because of it being the last game for these players.
Yeah, you want to get to
her clearly out in front.
In her position, you want to get to Tempai early, Win it if you can, and then just kind of get out of the way if it looks like you're going to have trouble with it.
Six oh isn't it. Wall's coming to a close pretty soon. What, 3 more draws? That's not it. 9 pins safe. I think that's the discard I'd go with. Goes to 4 instead. That is not it. So going to be 1 player Tempai, just the Riichi. Uchimura going to get into second place off of this.
And she will stay dealer for at least 1 more hand. Don't forget to consider becoming a paid member. You'll get entered into extra drawings. We have gifts every month now. This month's gift is the protection from dealing in amulet. If you don't have the means right now, we'll have also a live giveaway in the chat next week during the individual playoffs for the Sankei Shimbun Cup.
All right. Well, we have a bunch of pairs here. I think that's 4 of them. There's a Pinfu Tanya hand, but now with the south pair up, this is north seat, so no double Yakuhai. May just call and go, though. This is also a few pairs, but not enough to where you're just thinking it has to be Chitoi. I think this classifies as a Toitsuba. Everybody gets pairs. Look like Uchimura was the one with less than 3. Yeah, here we go. Chitoi Ishan. Five so goes back, kind of hedging Honitsu in both suits to some extent. Tuban. I kind of like just one of the terminal cuts because I want to go Tanya with this. Goes to the 5s, the exact opposite of how I'd play it. Shaw doesn't do anything, but it's Choitsu. It's actually a pretty good weight tile. But there were 2 out, so not going to hold it. 2-pin. 2-pin not called because there's no reason for the Choitsu to bother calling it. 3-mon Onko. So now you're dreaming Suonko or even Toy Toy. Really comes down to when that south pops out. Well, there's an Onko as well. It's not an ideal draw. Those guts the 7. I prefer going Haku because I like the Chinitsu potential shift later. You don't usually think of Chinitsu when you have 2 pairs in a Chitoi Ishan, but I would.
I don't know. I'm thinking Suonko for that hand.
Which 668 is discarded. There goes the 8 for the Manzu. There's shift down for possible Tanya later. So that's a 7-9 in Manzu, though. There's the south we've been waiting for. Doesn't want to throw it, but does. And does it get called? Yes. Ishunten for Toy Toy non-Dora 3. We hadn't mentioned it, but there are 2 6-mon in that hand. Eight pin isn't it? That is an improvement, Ishunten. But there's our Toy Toy. Toy Toy non-Dora 2 confirmed. The Dora would be a Hanemon. Winning on the 6 pin would be Mangan. Bunso looks like such a good cheat toy tile. Yeah, and he thinks the same thing. Con? And we have to, don't we? We're on the TV table. Do it. Boo. Boo.
I haven't learned that in English con is for content.
2 mon goes back, still waiting 6 and 6. We know the 6 pin are locked up here, so they're not coming out. Of course, the 6 mon is Dora, so it's unlikely to come out.
Actually, I really like this change in Negishi's hand just now.
There is 1 6 mon in the wall. Yeah, such a wide shape. Didn't want to take the Riichi Dora one. There's our Chitoi. There's our Riichi Chitoitsu, waiting only on Haku. But there is a Dora in the wall still, and I believe are all 3 Haku there?
I do not see any Hakus anywhere.
Gets a dragon, but it's the wrong one. Tuso, that's Tempai. Will Dama here? This is Dama, Tanya Ipeku on the 4, and no Yaku on the 1. Two. Well, with all those 3s, you're not that scared.
Oh, this Haku is hiding.
Where
like you're
are
winning
they?
tiles in some.
Oh, there's the other Dora, the last one. This is a 3-sided weight, 1, 4, 7 in Manzu for Pinfu, Dora
There's
2
the Haku
puzzle. And there's
comes
our Haku! Chitoi, Dora 2. Uh-oh.
Those tiles were so
Ooh, that's
excited
one where
to
I'd
win.
kind of have to, like, call the ref over. When you yeet tiles out of your head like that.
It is a broadcast table, so everything's on camera. Oh wait, but they just blacked out for a second. What happened?
My guess is they did call someone over, and there was a skip there where they jumped to the next scene.
I don't think so. I think sometimes that happens. When you're playing at the pro level here, then, and especially on a broadcast table, I think there's a certain amount of trust.
Leeway, yeah, that you give players that you might not at a more casual table. Well, stricter amateur table, I guess would be a better way of saying that.
And remember, these players have been playing in the same group for a year now. Wow, some skips in the video. Not sure what happened there. But
all right, well,
okay
that's a
now.
slow Pinfu hand. That's a slow Pinfu hand. It does have 2 Dora, though, so maybe just play for the Riichi. I don't like the 2-pin cut there. When you have 2 Dora like that, I want to keep the 2, 4, 5, 7 shape. Just because if I get a 3 or a 6, I'm in great position. I think the floating honor is way less useful. 4 pin, okay. And cut the 7.
Yeah, maybe hoping for a pair up of the honor to pawn for 2 Dora.
Well, definitely plan. That's clearly the plan. I just don't like it. Speaking of a whole bunch of honors you hope to pair up, discard one of them. Let's see what, 3 to go. Okay, now it gets rid of it. 5 so connects with the 4 nicely.
Maybe not gonna keep up with Negishi's hand. Negishi's having great draws.
Well, that's what you hope for, especially as dealer. Another pair up. This is actually Chitoi. Is that Ishunten?
Actually,
yeah, it has to be.
2. Then that means it's 2 Jenn Shanten.
Yeah. 1 Anko and possible Chitoi, possible Suanko. But at the same time, if the Dora comes out, you just take it because there's no way anyone holds the 9 back anyway. Ooh, gonna keep the wider blocks here at the 677 and the 445. Well, which block do you want to cut? Those are the 8-6.
It keeps some Dora acceptance and pretty wide. All the good shapes left in the hand still.
2 useless, 2 so useless. 9 pin useless. You can preemptively cut the 6 pin, but I like throwing it back. Throwing the 9 back. Gonna hold the 1 for now. Well, this hand is not budging. It's one of those that had potential, and it's not there. And that's something that a lot of people get stuck on, is sometimes the head just says no when you have to be willing to accept it. One Mon, okay,
That's
that is Tenpai. Yeah, Riichi Pinfu. No Dora, no Tanya, no Sanshoku. It's just the Sozu weight. I believe it was 3-6.
From Ishida or the double south.
And then the last South comes out. Oh, just some easy game. No Ipatsu, of course, because of the call. But it is Riichi Sumo Pinfu. No Ura.
As
There
dealer
she'll pick
in
up
first place.
1,300 all.
Yep, take it. Nubla says, where's the protection from the Kokchitsumo as the dealer charm? We'll work on that one. All we have is the no dealing charm right now.
I mean, people sumo dumb hands. You just don't want to be dealer in that situation. That's what it's miserable. At least if they're dealer and everyone's paying out and you still have a good chance at second, when you're paying 8,000 more than the others, that's when it feels bad. Well, this has a couple pairs and not much else. This is a Tanyo type hand. This is a slower Pinfu. This is a slower Pinfu. Possible Honitsu. I like playing Honitsu with that. Yuck. Well, they take it a second opinion, second glance at it. Double yuck. 4-pin gives another pair there. One Mon going to hold it with a 1, 3, 4, 7, 8. 5 and 3 at least create a Kanchan. 4-pin Onko. Which does it floating Hatsu. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 7 connects with the 5. Shaw pair up. Okay, just going Chitoy.
Feels
7
so
connects with
early
the
to
6
commit
here.
to Chitoy. I want to dream of other things.
Like anything else. Hatsu pair up. Well, that's a call and go if the Dora comes out. And abandons the Itsu play. 6 fills in very nice with that 5, 6, 7 in Monzu. 3 so does nothing. Chun. Out goes the 7. No reason to hold it. Another person throws 3 so back. Another 7 here. Could be a cheat toy as well, but just play efficiently, see what happens. 9 connects with the 8. 8, 8, 9. Well, Sakigiri the 7, so holding the tune. Hatsudora, well, that's not coming out anytime soon. 5. You do have an overlap here. I kind of like just throwing it back, though. Instead, throws the 3-pin. Now goes the 8, pulls Haku in, 9 goes back. Another 8 Mon, and okay, ends up cutting the 5 anyway. 6 so upgrades the shape here.
There's
Another pair. Five so. Well, there's another pair as well. I think 7 Mon would be fine. Instead of just throwing the 5 back. There is Ishan 10, can still pull in the Hatsu for a potential 3-6 Mon weight. But at this point, you get towards turn 11, you don't expect the door to come out and someone just immediately Tenpai.
When you get to this point,
6, 7, 8.
a little bit afraid that someone might be quietly waiting for that Dora to win on.
Yeah, it could definitely be Dama at this point. Okay, that's a fold. Wants nothing to do with this. Not going to even consider the routes for Sanjiku, which I don't think were there anyway. Hey, Anko, super whitey Shunten. Another 6, backfire there, unfortunately. Chip down the 6, the 7 goes back. 8mon. Well, there isn't a 9 in the pond. Could go 4-6 pin. Nope, throws it back. And this hand is just not happening. Just folding out. And there is our call for Tenpai, Atsuzuke, Hatsu, and then Forso.
Gotta backdoor that Dora.
Well, at this point, you figure just scaring the table, showing I have a very good chance of having the pair here, is often enough, because 3,000 for net buy payments is certainly fine.
But you might get the rogue. I hope that's a Tanya. I'm Tenpai, so here's a Dora. That's
yes.
happened.
No, that's a fold. There isn't too much in the wall here, so... Oh, well...
It's a small, but you can't win on it.
You just cut the 8 pin. Could also go with the 7. That cleared fairly recently. Yeah, it goes with the 8. So now it's Furi-10 with no Yaku. That is Tenpai. I think you just Dama it here. Going to Riichi. I'm never going to complain about reaching your Pinfu. Oh, because Shirota's so far back. That makes more sense.
So that 18 discard for the Tenpai, for the Furi-10 Tenpai, oh, never mind. Just discarded the 5. I was going to say it could leave the door open for pulling the green dragon, waiting for the 5-6, but cannot do that anymore.
This is not Tenpai either. Trying to decide what's safe. Goes with the 7, so. Followed up. 6, so. Not a great tile, but... At the same time, it's one chance here. I'd throw it. Nope, gets out. That's going to be it. Says, okay, give me my 3,000. I lose a stick, but at least close the gap quite a bit.
And that will take us to South 4.
Yes, we're at all last. Shirota's in 4th. Ishida is in close but 3rd. Uchimura is close in 2nd, only 2k above Ishida, and Negishi is up by quite a bit. About 8,000 there.
Maybe.
Apparently, the director's calling something, giving him a signal. Yes, we're good to go. Take a sip of water here during the breaks.
It looks like they're not quite sure what happened either. Maybe updating the display.
My guess is someone on the Japanese end didn't realize the Hatsu Atsuzuke hand folded. But the graphic was correct. So it was probably just some confusion behind the scenes. With that, though, we are in all last. This is a Hatsu pair. Maybe call and go. Shapes are pretty good. Slow Pinfu hand, maybe 1, 2, 3 Sanjiku. I feel the more I look at it, it's just 1, 2, 3 Sanjiku. The problem is, how are you getting any other value out of this?
This is actually a really close game once again in all last. Even with the reach stick and the continuances on the table, even Shirota is within Manga and Sumo range of first place.
Let's see. That'd be 22. Yes, it would. Would definitely overtake there. Still look for that Hatsu pawn. This is still just Sanjiku. Really hard to play anything else. This is slow Pinfu. This has an Itsu route, maybe a whole Itsu. Could also even just play Tanyao. Because Negishi doesn't need any value. It just gets something and get out of here. Six pin, connects with the 5. 4, Kritsurionkan. 7 connects with the 6 here. Could go Shaw. I think I always go. Oh, Shaw's the door is the problem. Do we abandon the Sanshigu or do we just cut the overlap? I like the 3 pin here. You're not killing off the Itsu route. Speaking of Shaw, there goes 1. There's your 7, 8, 9. That is Ishanten. 7 connects with the 8s. Gets thrown back, though. Wants that Sanshigu. Might be Chun here. Nope, goes to the 5, holding the Chun back. 2 pin. Now you have the 2, 4, 6, 8. Could go 1 mon, 2 mon. I like 1 mon a lot here. Instead goes to the 2 pin. 3 goes back. Tone does nothing. Could go 4 pin. Yeah, that is the decision. And that's it's Sanshigu or I'm just not winning the hand, which is reasonable with the score.
The Sanshigu potential here. Well, with the 3, the 2.
Well, the problem is it needs a pair somewhere,
Yeah.
so it's really unlikely.
Very unlikely.
Ooh, that's an interesting tile. I think I'd throw it back. If the 9s were better off, I'd like cutting maybe the 1 so, but with 2 9s out, your Ipeko options are pretty bad. 4, there's our Tempai, Riichi Pinfu. Uchimura making a play to get at least second and hopefully first. And all of a sudden, the quality of this hand shrinks massively.
Uchimura has had a good run so far today with positive scores.
4, so it's close, but that's not it. When you see a 2, 4, a 2, a 5, and a 4 in the pawn, you'd figure 3, 6 is not the weight, but it is. Now, with 2 door, you could even cut the 1 so here. But instead going with the 8s, planning to use the Sha. Oh, doesn't matter. Sumo. Reach Sumo. Pinfu. No Ura will just be second. I don't think it's enough to knock Ishida back into 4th either. So it's going to be Negishi in 1st, Uchimura in 2nd, Ishida in 3rd, and Shirota in 4th. See, there it is. The 41 for Negishi. Wanted to get a top 6 or 7 spot, and will definitely do so with this result.
Yeah, I think that these, maybe the display is going to be a little bit off. This would be first. This is Negishi in first place.
Yes.
The video cut back and forth a little bit. So
yeah, the cuts were a little awkward, but regardless, the names are correct. Uchimura in 2nd with the 8.5. Ishida kind of sad there, but it's okay. Season's over, and yeah, Shirota, same thing.
That was the thing. Uchimura wasn't shown in the correct order on there, so that's what happened there. But we got the names right. We got the scores right. We got all the players on the table. We even have a, look at this, a player's screen.
Yes, so do we have the group score here? The final one, of course, if you remember the scores in yellow, it's just going to be those copy-pasted.
We actually have... All right, now you can talk.
Oh, okay. Apparently I was cut off.
That's my
Team
fault.
Maika will advance to the playoffs. All Sirius East gets the positive score. There are wildcard spots, but not 160 back. So their season is over, at least on the team section. Mahjong Bar Citrus tried to stay positive, but ends up around minus 20. And Mionnu Bar, better luck next season.
All right, and we have these were the results for the team WRC. Mio was on the table for all 3 games for us. Had a great start, but then dropped into 3rd for game 2 and just couldn't put anything together for the last game. We were hoping she'd get 3 first places in a row and make it to the individual finals. She did not, but look at this turnaround from... Wait a second. What is up with that? Oh. Well, there's something wrong here. Wait a second. What? 1 second. Let me just check something real quick.
Team ML Stadium were the winners of the day at this table. Not a huge win, though, and as I recall, they were way back. Team WRC Mio had a very strong first game, struggled fighting hard in the second, and the third, it's okay, I have to go for just ridiculous hands, and this is what normally happens when you have to go for those ridiculous hands.
Actually, yeah, these are not the right scores for... I'm not sure what happened with Ground Queens, but these are not the right scores for Ground Queens. Ground Queens actually had 0.5 in Game 1, minus 66.2 in Game 2, and plus 16.3 in Game 3. I'm not sure what happened with this, but we'll go ahead and look at the standings for
the cumulatives, and this will be the final result. Maze Bar advances, winning the group 162.8. Ground Queens, second place. There's a chance, but not a good one.
No, this
being
is it. This
55
is the
points
end.
back.
Oh, you mean
yeah?
For
No,
the,
I'm saying the chance for the wild card.
Yeah.
Team WRC eliminated at minus 55.2. As I said, tried to make things happen and it didn't. And Team ML Stadium had a good day today, but not a great season.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and give you the finals. This was a comeback from Maze Bar. They were behind Ground Queens going into the day. Ended up with plus 20, with Ground Queens getting minus 50, and ML Stadium did get plus 72.7, so they were big winners for the day. Not enough to come back from anything meaningful, but they were able to knock Ground Queens out of first place, maybe not intentionally, but that's what happened. So Ground Queens just played solid the whole entire season, but Maze Bar making an amazing comeback. Push us also, Team WRC, out of the finals. So sad.
Well, unfortunately, that's not going to be it. Until we do not have the individual pairings, we'll have that hashed out on our next broadcast. So with that,
I can tell you that at least some of the players that we were watching today, Negishi was able to actually move all the way up into second place. Remember, she came into the day in 6th place. Also, I believe we were watching Kimura. I think Kimura ended up in 1st place overall. So we had some, Akari Kimura is another one we were watching. We were watching Negishi. Negishi was in, I think it was Ishikawa as well. Maybe we were watching over the past couple days, ended up in 2nd place. I'm sorry, no, Negishi. Sorry, Negishi ended up in 2nd place. Ishikawa ended up in 6th place. So they sort of switched positions right there, which means it was a great decision for Negishi to play today.
Yes, got her way up there in the standings. But with that, I think we're going to end up wrapping it up here. Of course, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Of course, I'm told we are going to have giveaways next week. Want to give a little bit more about that?
Yep. Like I said, we're going to have the giveaway for the amulets to ward off dealing in. They're actually created by a JPML pro. So we'll be posting about that before the broadcast early in the week. But make sure you tune in for the broadcast. We'll have giveaways in the chat And if you don't win in the chat, remember, even if you're at the lowest tier, all paid members will be put into a drawing at the end of the month for the extra 3 amulets. They are so cute. I'm kind of disappointed that I only got enough for the drawings and not an extra one for myself.
All right, then. Well, we've been short-handed on our broadcast team, so thank you, Jenn and Harrison, getting all these games in. This is Corak, hoping to see you next week, same time, same place, next Thursday.
All right, thank you, everybody.